Welcome back, adventurers, to another episode of the Curse of Strahd with your cast here at Lakeside Legendz. Oh, well, was that a follow? What was that? Oh, thank you for following. We did. We got a D. Yay!
Thank you.
Yeah. So let me pop that back open. This week's recap is going to be, I was at another one, Schmidt Trey. Thank you for following. Man, we got lots of people hitting follow. This is great. So this week's recap is going to be a little bit longer because a lot of stuff happened last week. So bear with me. First, we have imra'lyr Sardith, the Shadow Elf Ranger played by Lore. Kinsley, our firbolg cleric played by Blair. Me, a changeling druid played by Arthur. Was called Mephisto for a while. Might be called something else. We don't know. We're still figuring that out. And Francisco Guadalupe del Valle, a changeling fighter played by Trevor. And let's not forget about yours truly, your DM and master storyteller for this saga, DM David.
Yay!
All right. On our last episode, our heroes rushed back into the burning windmill, desperately looking for their lost friend Francisco. Eventually, they found him tied to a table underneath the windmill where 3 green hags worked on the young changeling's face. Using some sort of tool that was fed electricity via the lightning storm outside, the hags worked some mysterious magic in a seemingly surgical fashion. Immediately, the misfits dove into action and made a heroic attempt to both free Francisco and defeat the hags before they could finish their operation. Unfortunately, the dice were not on our adventurer's side, as the last remaining hag was able to finish her work, grab a pouch off the side of the table, and magically disappear before the group could stop her. At least Francisco was still alive and seemingly okay. Once the misfits and their friends were in a safe area away from the windmill, Kinsley set up her magical dome of protection, and imra'lyr inspected the hag's handiwork. Interestingly enough, the elf could not actually see any damage on her friend's face. Besides some scarring within Francisco's eye socket, his eye and face seemed fine. Sensing foul play, Kinsley decided to cast Dispel Magic, and a horrific visage presented itself to the group. The outwardly normal eye that sat in Francisco's socket had suddenly changed, revealing what the hags did. Francisco's eye had been replaced with a light metallic orb, a light blue glyph emblazoned in its center.
So cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kinsley's Dispel Magic also forced the changeling's shapeshift to revert for a moment, revealing Francisco's true face, which now housed a volley of crackling blue veins streaking out from the center of Francisco's eye socket. Francisco quickly came to realize that this eye was permanent and was immune to his shape change ability. He was devastated.
I'm sorry. But we would have never known. I know.
The next day, the group finally made their way to the town of Valeki. Irina, Ismark, and the 2 saved children got a room at the local Blue Water Inn and told our heroes to stay in touch, just in case each party needed help from the other. While sitting in the inn's tavern, the misfits made a few new friends. First, they met the tavern owner, Erwin Mardikov. Then they were approached by 2 young men asking for adventuring stories. And finally, they met an entertainer named Rick Tavio, an individual that imra'lyr was uninterested in altogether. Still being shaken from his ordeal in the basement of the windmill, Francisco made his way outside to get some fresh air. The changeling walked over to a well just outside the tavern and brought some water up to his face, trying to set his mind straight. imra'lyr followed and offered some encouraging words as she understood what it felt like to be used as Francisco was. As the 2 turned to re-enter the inn, Francisco's emotions suddenly got the better of him. He felt a spark ignite within, causing the water bucket in his hand to explode in a flash of blue lightning. It would appear that Francisco's new eye also has some unexpected benefits. And that is where we are now.
Oh my gosh.
So much happened last week, guys.
Yeah,
so much happened.
It didn't feel like that much happened.
I know.
Yeah, it was a lot. But that's all right. So, You guys, Francisco and imra'lyr, you are outside the inn as Kinsley and me are still inside.
I have gotten lunch
you
for
doing?
everyone. Waiting for them to come back in.
All right.
Holy crap.
What did you just do?
What did I just do?
That was crazy.
That was freaking
I don't
awesome.
understand. What? I go over to him and I start looking at his eye. Like, I'm pulling at the skin and like, is it, I mean, it was blue and electric like this thing.
Poke it. I want...
It hurts.
That was a little too
It
hard.
hurt? Let me try again.
It still hurts. Why did you do that?
You said it hurt the first time, and that seems really weird because it's not an actual eye.
Maybe it's because you hit me and didn't poke my eye.
Francisco and imra'lyr, both of you give me intelligence checks.
Oh, jeez. Intelligence checks? Just straight intelligence?
Yep.
Okay, come on, Merlin.
That's a 0.
11.
Do you have a negative to your intelligence?
Yes, and I rolled in that 1.
That's terrible. Francisco,
wow.
Francisco has no idea why being poked in this magical eye may hurt. imra'lyr, you think you're not quite sure, but you could only imagine that some nerves must have been attached in some way.
It must have, like, actually attached your anatomy so that it, like, would affect you and actually, like, here, just one more time. Boom.
Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, that time it was just because it's funny.
It's not funny to me. That really hurt.
It looks really cool, though. Just a side note, I had the cyborg eye idea for Ufield before any of this happened, so nobody say that I ripped this off the second campaign.
So no. This is what happens when it comes to stuff like this. I know the story. I know what's gonna happen. Player characters or players tell me things that they want to do as they level up with their characters, and then I build it into the story. It just so happened that this is what I decided to do, and this was before I even knew your new character coming up is a cyborg person. So it is what it is.
Well, you're not DM for the next one, so that explains why.
Yeah. It is what it is.
So, moving on. I just wanted to put that out there so people are like, she stole it, but I didn't. My idea first. Okay. We should, well, go ahead and cover it up so we don't alarm anybody.
Wait. I want to try something. Is that okay?
It sounded slightly creepy when you asked me that. What do you want to do?
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to see if I can do something. And I cast
You're in
minor.
man form, right?
Yeah. I know. I switched back to woman. As we were walking back, I switched to a woman.
Okay.
Well, I think
thought
you've
your
been woman
voice
the
was a
whole
little
time,
soft.
haven't you?
Yeah,
Well,
he switched to Francisco very briefly at the end of last
Yeah,
episode.
I
I'm
very
recalling.
briefly looked at myself in the
But
water.
he was
as-
talking in his soft voice, so I wanted to just make sure.
And
Gotcha.
I remember after the well scene, he did say he turned into a woman.
I didn't remember that, so that's why I wanted to clarify. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway. So I'm going to cast minor illusion on my eye to make it look normal.
All right.
Sounds like you do what I do. Hold on, that's a nice spell.
He successfully casted minor illusion.
What the? You're a fighter. When did you do?
I'm a wizard, Imra.
With a negative
You're a
1
wizard.
intelligence, okay.
I don't recall you getting a letter.
Hey, it got lost in
For
the
those
mail.
for those confused and watching at home, Francisco, when he turned level 6, did want to take a level in, I think, sorcery, was it? So giving him this magical eye was how I was able to do that. Because something needs to be awakened in you to become a sorcerer. So, yeah, that's why. And everything that Francisco does when he casts things, his eye glows and his magic appears or shows itself through electricity is what happens. A lot of the stuff, what he does, has to do with electricity. So what happened last week is he accidentally cast Shocking Grasp and didn't realize.
Do I get the sense that this magic is coming? Because it all is very, like, coincidental.
Mm-hmm.
Would I ascertain that
Oh
this
yeah,
is
you saw that as he was trying something, his eye lit up.
Okay, that's not cool. I took a really long time learning how to cast these spells from Fenris and Aphrodite, and you get an eye put in your head, and all of a sudden you can cast the same magic that I can. This is not cool.
I think it is very cool. I am so happy right
I
now.
poke him in the eye again,
Why would you keep doing that?
because now I'm
Francis?
angry.
Francisco did a total 180. At first, he was like totally devastated, and now all of a sudden, this magic is happening. He's like, "Oh my gosh, this is cool."
Well, he's been wanting to do magic from the beginning.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, oh, you can do it, and that's not fair.
Let's go ahead. Well, I guess now that minor, just so you know, minor illusion doesn't last forever. So just keep the thing I gave you, the sash or whatever, so that you can cover it when the spell. wears
No,
off.
it's
Can-
like, I have to hide it. Whoa, what's that?
What is that? Someone's mic all weird?
What?
I
What?
didn't light up.
Huh?
Weird.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
I-
lighting up. Oh, now I am. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no
Oh,
one
well.
lit up when it happened. Oh, well.
That was weird.
That's weird.
So
We don't talk about that.
I didn't even hear what happened.
It went.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Huh.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
I was thinking, can we make it canon that is minor illusion? Is that a cantrip, or is that a?
it is a
Let-
cantrip.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think we should make it canon that anytime Francisco or Francesca, whatever guise you are in at the moment, looks in a mirror or is prepping in the morning, always cast minor illusion first. Never wants to see the eye. Always has to be pretty.
I believe it. I believe
Yeah,
it.
no, that would definitely happen.
So you never have to see your bum eye.
Yeah.
Even though it looks so cool.
It does.
All right. Well, you do you. Let's go back and convene with the others.
Okay, I'm happy. I'm pretty again.
Okay, so you guys turn and you make your way back into the Blue Water Inn. You walk in and you see that Erwin Mardukov is still behind the counter doing whatever, and there's not any other people in there. All the people that were in there before when you guys first entered have now gone home. The only ones left are Kinsley and me sitting in their little booth.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Hi.
well.
How are you guys
Wait.
doing?
Francisco, you're.
There you are.
I mean. Yeah, Francisco, something seems a little different. Did you,
Yeah,
clean,
where did
clean up,
your,
clean up around, your face up here?
I
Kinda
smashed
gestured
it out
to
of his
the
head.
eye.
Yes, we fixed my eye. It's okay.
All right.
I look at Imra questioningly.
I had to work so hard.
After about a minute, it goes away.
It turns back into the cyborg eye.
Yeah, I have to keep recasting it.
There it is.
How'd
Wait.
you do that? I look at Imra. What's going on?
He can cast
Imra,
spells
alright.
now through his eye. He can cast spells through his eye.
What?
I keep changing that eye's color over and over and over again.
You can do magic?
That's cool. Do me.
Okay. I cast minor illusion and I make Spit's eyes bright red, like a demon's eyes.
What does it look like?
You're so
I
scary now.
I can eat you. Oh no! Don't eat me. Where's that chicken?
You better keep it safe,
Oh
me.
no! Oh, my chicken.
Speaking of, since we are having a little bit of downtime, we need to talk about your name.
Yeah.
You don't seem to care for Mephisto. Mephisto? I don't even know which correct way to say it.
Yeah,
Any
I.
ideas?
What would you prefer? Do you want us to try and name you, or do you want to be thinking about this yourself? Though, I'm sorry, me has to go because it is way too confusing.
I'll need time, but I do feel like maybe this is something I need to do.
Fair enough.
Well, I got everyone food. Shall we eat?
Sure.
Oh, I
I'm
am starving.
Please. Jinx! Me starts devouring his food. He pulls up his little chicken, glances over towards Spit and puts the chicken on the opposite side of him. And
Spit's
just lets
like-
it start
Spit.
start pecking at his plate.
Spit's like shoveling food in his mouth, but he's like
His
looking at
eyes
the
are
chicken.
shaking. We don't
Someone
eat
need to name
pets.
this guy.
Spit. Oh yeah. Name the chicken
We could name the chicken, yes.
Robert.
Robert. What about you, Kinsley? What idea do you have for the chicken name? What about
Well,
you, Francisco? A name from every.
Chickens are usually female.
I don't care. Robert.
As
Robert Frost.
chickens, not roosters.
Maria.
Henrietta?
Right? And then I will suggest Lucy. Right.
Does that mean that you
Wait,
are...
Spit, is the name
so-
eggs?
Eggs? No.
I need it. Where's the
Oh.
eggs? You promised you would keep them for me.
Has there been any eggs recently?
Roll
Percentile die?
yeah,
And-
percentile die. Yeah, we'll say if it what is that? A D100 and a D10.
I don't have a D100.
Roll
I
two
do.
D10s.
It's the one with the like the really big numbers on it.
50, 60.
I don't know.
Oh, I do have that.
yeah.
So that's the
Okay.
tens place, and then the D10 will be the ones place, and this will be like a percentage of whether or not it did. If it's more than 50%, I'll say it did. If it's less than 50%, I'll say it didn't. What'd you get?
It is exactly 50%.
Well, shoot. Well, okay.
Exactly.
I'll say that it did. It laid eggs. Go ahead, roll D4. See how many eggs it laid.
I rolled 2. I mean, it laid 2.
Where's my eggs?
I reach underneath the chicken to see if there's like eggs.
It just laid them right then and there.
Yeah, I whispered in the chicken's ear, if you want to live, lay a couple eggs. It looks around and just plops out 2 eggs. Here you go, Spit.
Spit takes them.
Oh, Spit, we're going to need to give you another
like-
bath.
All right.
Dripping down his face.
Oh dear.
So,
Just clean him up a little.
Can I see if I have any
like a ramen.
parchment or like anything to write with or write on?
Yeah, you should. You have
All right.
parchment, and you've got
So-
some like a quill and some ink.
I take out the pieces, write down each of the names on them, and then I kind of like shuffle them, and then I face them all down, and I go to Spit, and I'm like, pick one.
What were the names again? There was Henrietta, Robert,
Robert Frost.
Lucy,
Maria.
Maria.
and Maria.
Maria. What was?
Lucy,
Maria-
Maria, Robert, and Henrietta.
Okay,
Robert Frost.
Lucy,
So D4.
Maria, Robert, Henrietta. Number 4.
Ah, Henrietta!
All right. Spit can't read, right? So
You don't know.
I put the other papers to the side. All right, Spit, you have chosen. May I see the paper?
Hey, what does it say?
I look over at Spit's shoulder and I'm like, it says Henrietta.
Hey!
It's okay.
So you've
It's a
successfully
way off
named
of
your chicken.
Anne.
Henrietta.
All right.
All right.
What are we going to do now?
Right.
Uh,
There's a few things.
we could talk
We need-
to the different people.
Yeah. So that performer guy, he was going to go. I mean, I don't remember
Toy
anything.
maker?
Boy maker.
Yes. And that's, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should go. I don't know why we would need to go talk to a toy maker, but we don't know anybody else to go talk to or heard of, and it would just seem weird to be walking down the street saying,
yeah.
"Hey." I don't,
Right, especially with people not really being willing to talk.
Some people,
Especially
yes.
about
Well, this city seems a little bit
God.
different. So.
True. It's not as
This-
terrible as where we came from.
Barovia.
I don't
The
want to
village of
remember it.
Barovia.
This place seems so far that it might be a little more welcoming.
and
Yes.
it seemed the two boys walking away were talking about their mom not
Approving of
Right.
taking down the vampire. Yes, I noticed that also, and I do recall that somewhere in the cards there was
a rich woman
yes,
who was his ally of
yes.
some sort.
We need to probably check that out also. But I feel like let's go talk to a toy maker first.
Oh,
Yes, they can
Okay.
do it. Do it.
what
Sure.
time is it?
So, when you guys got to Valleki, it was probably like afternoon. Yeah, you guys have checked into the inn essentially, dropped off Irina and Ismark, and sat there and talked with people. I'd say it's probably mid-afternoon or mid-evening, like probably like 5 or probably like
Would it be like
4-ish
closing
o'clock.
time for a shop?
No, most shops in Barovia, most shops in general close around sundown, and sundown probably won't be for another couple hours.
I have a plan.
What is your plan, Francisco?
Okay. One
Francesca?
Francesca in este momento.
This is
But
so
okay.
hard to remember.
I know, I'm sorry. It is for the guys for Strahd. Anyway, so I was thinking, we could go to the toy maker with the two changelings, one as a child, one as an adult. The adult acting as if they are going to buy a toy, and one of you two could be a lovely wife of that changeling. It could be like a little family. I don't know. It could be a nice ruse. What do you guys think?
I don't exactly look like somebody's wife with my lack of hair and the scars all over my body.
I could be a really girly boy.
I guess I could use disguise self.
That would probably be more appropriate. You also seem more like the motherly type. Maybe I'll just keep watch outside.
Okay, me?
Oh,
Do you want to be a dad or the child?
I guess I'll be the dad.
Okay, I will be the child.
seems way too excited about that.
Me instantly has this look of like sudden like worry. Oh no.
Spit and I will just, keep it here and keep watch outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys go up to Erwin because you don't know where anything is, and you ask him where the toy maker's shop is, and he actually points down the road right outside the inn. There's a road that goes straight down, and he says just a few, like he lets you guys know that just a few houses down on the left, you'll see a building with a red roof. And he said that's the shop. You'll know because it'll say it'll have a big B engraved on the outside with a rocking horse sign. So you guys turn, you thank him. You've already paid for all the food and everything, so you make your way southward. As you are walking, everyone give me a perception check.
17.
Almost.
I rolled
20.
good for once.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's another not
6.
one.
Oh my gosh.
23.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, so
Ooh, poor
Kinsley.
Francisco.
Yeah, Francisco's like twiddling his thumbs or something like that, and
He's too
imra'lyr.
distracted playing with his eye.
Yeah, and imra'lyr doesn't notice this, but as you guys get close to the toy shop, Kinsley and me, you see further down this really big mansion-looking house on the opposite side of the street. Further down, you see out, just barely, you see out of the top attic room window, you see some flashes of purple going on.
Do you see?
Yes, I do.
What?
There's
There's-
some odd-looking stuff going on over at that mansion. I gestured
Flashes of
towards.
purple in the attic window.
Should
Can I
we?
see it now that it's been pointed out?
Yes.
Aw.
Should we prioritize that, or is that? I don't know if that's a normal thing around here.
You know, maybe we could ask the
Ask
toy
somebody.
maker
See
along
if
the
it's
way.
normal.
Yeah.
Because if it's not normal, then there might be cause. But if it's normal, then that's just us kind of butting our nose into someone's business that they usually tend to do.
Yes, let us see if it is a normal occurrence.
As curious as I am,
Really
yeah,
hard
it's probably safer.
figuring all of this out here.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on that while you all talk
Yeah.
to the toy maker.
If
Okay.
you hear screams, then we'll know it's probably something bad.
Why would there be screams? Are you planning to do another?
No,
don't
I
know.
think
No,
think
no,
he
I'm
means
saying
from the
screams.
window.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Considering how much screaming has happened lately,
True.
it's a good indicator to look out for.
All right. Go
Okay.
do your things.
Okay.
I find an alley
Yeah,
and turn into a
same.
child real quick.
I go into the alley and I kind of cautiously puts his hand through his hair. He doesn't really change much. He makes his hair like a kind of a blonde color. He kind of puts it back a bit to a bit of a ponytail. And because he's like really pale, it doesn't look really normal. So he makes his skin tone a little bit more darker. So he passes for like a normal person, but doesn't change much.
Okay.
It's the human version of Kinsley. Still white hair, tanner skin, brown eyes.
Okay.
Not 7 feet. She's like 5'5".
Is that part of your thing where you can just change like that? It's not like a disguise kit thing, Kinsley?
It's a disguise self spell.
It's a spell. Okay, yeah. As long as it's a spell. I was going to say, because if it's like disguise kit, you got to roll for it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so imra'lyr waits outside. The rest of you...
I want to be able to, like, I don't know, see. Is there a window or something so I can see through, kind of hear?
So what it is it's like it's a window, but it's their shutters are closed, and they were seeing flashes of purple like from underneath the
This isn't a
the
toy
shutters.
shop, or
No, this is a house down the street to the right.
Okay.
It's a really big house.
Okay, so I kind
Probably
of
a
want to be
mansion.
keeping an eye on that house, but still, like, I don't know, can I still be able to listen through the toy shop?
Yeah, you could see that window from the toy shop's like front porch.
Okay, because, like, if I need to do an insight check on the toy maker or something, I want to be in a position where I can insight him if I need to.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's not like lots of stuff's boarded up here. So, yeah, you'd be able to, like, hear conversations. That's fine. So, yeah, imra'lyr and Spit stay outside. Kinsley in the form of a woman, Francisco, a child, and me, a young man. They all walk towards the shop. and you see that this cramped shop has a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched, lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." So, you guys make your way inside, and you see, sitting behind the counter, a very portly gentleman wearing what appears to be like a jester's type costume. He's got on like the onesie that has like the checkered colors. It's blue and green. It looks all faded, and he's wearing like the big hat that kind of comes down and tassels with the bells on the end, just like jesters did back in the day. And you see that as you welcome, he goes, "Welcome, friends, to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at a bargain price. Perhaps you know a little child in the need of joy, a little toy for a boy or girl." And then he notices Francisco, the little child, and he's like, "Oh, perfect, a customer. Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you, fine people?"
I lean to Kinsley. Do you want to take the lead on this?
I want the toy. I want the toy so bad, mommy and daddy. Can I go pick a toy? Can
Of course, go ahead and look around.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
I go running out. I like go start going through all the toys.
Okay, so this is what you find, Francisco. You see that there is a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut. You find a miniature gallows, complete with trapdoor and a weighted hanged man. You see a set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. You find a wood and string mobile of hanging bats and flapping wings. You find a wind-up musical merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing ponies.
That one.
You find a ventriloquist dummy that looks like, well, it looks like a very light-skinned, very posh, slicked back hair, nice clothes individual. And then you also find, sitting on a shelf above Blinsky, a little doll that looks remarkably like Irina Kolyana.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, what can I do for you?
So creepy.
Like it was all creepy, but that is so creepy.
Oh boy, I can't really decide. I don't know what to get.
I know, they're just all so wonderful, aren't they?
They are so cool. I like this one with the wolves, but I also like the guillotine. Oh, I cannot decide.
I lean over to Kinsley. Do you think I could get one?
I mean, sure.
Please, not everybody.
You see that this man is beginning to tear up a little. He's like, "Oh my goodness, it has been so long since I have had people actually interested in my toys. To see that your child and you are so interested makes me so happy. Anything you buy, I will give you 25% off."
That's not bad.
Thank you.
Can I hear what's going on and sensing this awkwardness that's happening?
Make a perception check.
We went in without any kind of plan. There's no plan
There's
here.
an Irene doll. You need to be asking
yes.
about her.
Me is genuinely fascinated by all these toys.
9.
9, you kind of hear mumbling and what's not. Like, you do hear pauses, but you don't necessarily...
I don't know. I should go in there and take over.
Yeah.
I kneel down to Francisco and I'm like, "So, did you find anything you like, Frankie?"
You know,
I look around and like I tried to feign not like looking too hard at the doll, but noticing it like kind of like, well, Papi, I really wanted a girlfriend, and so I don't know. I think this doll is really cute. I don't know. But the wolves are cool too. I don't know. What do you think?
Why don't we get both of them?
Are you indicating up to the Irina doll?
Yes.
So as soon as you
I
point
said
up
the-
towards there, as soon as you point up towards the doll, Blinsky turns and goes, "Oh, unfortunately, that doll is not for sale. It is already it is a commission, so that is one thing that unfortunately I cannot sell you."
Okay.
But who did that? Who bought that? I'm so disappointed.
Well, little child, there is an individual in town that has me make dolls for him, and he comes in and gives me descriptions, and they all are very similar. They all look very similar to this for some reason, but unfortunately, it is for him.
How do you make the dolls?
Well, there's wood and there's some sewing involved with some cloth. I mean, how do you make a doll? You stuff it with cotton. You can tell it's a rig. Well, it's like a mixture between like a cloth doll, but it's got some texture to it. There's not a lot like plastics and stuff, so it's like wooden with some stuffing for the hands and for the feet, and the face is very intricately carved. It's a very striking resemblance.
How much is it to get a commissioned doll? And how long does it usually take to make?
Well, I usually make a new one for this individual every month. So I think the longest it would probably take me, because I'm pretty good at it now, probably a couple of days. Just need to know what you want and what it looks like. As for payment, I have what you would call a special deal with this individual. So payment, probably 15 silver pieces.
Do you think we could commission you for one that looks similar to that doll?
Oh, that look. You do not want to be seen with a doll with that look.
Why is that?
If the person that I am making them for finds out that I made a doll like that for someone else, I could be in very big trouble.
Why? Who is it that you make?
Okay, so many questions. I'm going to be very frank with you. The burgomaster's right-hand man, Isaac, I make them for him. He is the strong arm of the burgomaster, and if I do not make them for him, I am very afraid of what he will do to me, so I make them for him. I do not want to make them for you, because if I do and he finds it, either you are going to get hurt and he is going to take it from you, or he is going to come to me and ask me why. And
We understand. We don't want to cause any trouble.
No.
Can I
thank
still get a pretty doll? One that kind of looks like it's like a blonde woman that has like a nice skin, and is that okay? Not that they had to look like that one, but a pretty blonde lady.
Yes, I can totally do that. It will just take me a couple of days and a 15 silver up front, please.
All right. I go ahead and I hand him 15 silver.
Okay, so he takes it from you, and as he's kind of ringing things up, getting more description from Francisco, eye color, blah, 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 all that stuff, he's also...
Looks
kind
like
of-
Shakira.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We all saw that coming.
We all saw that coming. So he does ask. What brings you all into town? Why are you here? I don't remember seeing your faces, and we don't get a lot of travelers through Valleki.
Oh, well, we were just on our way up from another town, just passing through.
Oh, well, welcome to the town. Do you happen to, I mean, if you're here from the village of Barovia, I don't blame you. Unfortunately, I've heard that place is extremely bleak, so coming here, this, a little
Nice
better.
change.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and like take a look around. You are not in here.
I'm not in there.
That's your fault.
That's your own fault.
I'm going to turn around and like act as if I'm looking at the toys since I didn't get a chance to look, and I want to detect magic.
Okay. Let
anything
me
in the
see
room.
something real quick.
Dings. Senses.
Go ahead and give me a detect magic, or I guess
a
you
spell.
just, it's just a spell.
Yeah.
So you don't detect anything magical.
Okay, so it's especially not like I wanted to see if there was anything coming from the doll, but so there's not no magic.
No.
Okay.
No. You do see though, as he's finishing up everything, you see a little monkey come crawling down from the top of the shelves and lands on Blinsky's shoulder, and it's got like a little tutu on.
Oh,
That's cute.
He's
That's
like,
so
Very
sweet.
Russian.
he's like, oh, do you like my monkey? Yes, this is Piccolo. He's my little buddy. I was
Piccolo, I love that name.
yes, he's been my friend. I've been very lonely lately, and the very nice circus man Rectavio, he came by and he actually gifted him to me because he knows that I don't have a lot, and I'm not doing a lot, and no one really talks to me. A lot of people think that my toys are, I don't know. I mean, what are toys? Then besides something to play with, something fun, you know. So he gave me Piccolo, and he makes me very happy. I've been training him. See, watch Piccolo, go get the guillotine, and you see that he climbs up towards the other side of the shop, and you see him swinging in between all the other shelves, and he grabs the guillotine, and he just kind of like brings it down and hands it down to Blinsky below him, and he just sets it there on the counter, and he just pulls out a little piece of rotten fruit, and he just kind of chops it up and gives it to Piccolo, who just kind of munches on it and loves it.
The one who gave it to him, that was the half elf that we saw in the
That was
Okay.
Rictavio, yes.
Octavio. I don't know why that's not written down in my notes.
Can I see how many toys around me, Val? Is it just the ones you listed, or are there?
So, I mean, there's
others?
lots of other toys, but they're all weird.
But
The
they're all-
only ones that you really
all
notice,
weird.
yeah, the only ones you like that really stick out to you are the ones there, because they were the ones kind of displayed on the shelves.
You said there was the one with the wolves and the guillotine.
Yep. So there's the ventriloquist dummy, the merry-go-round with the wolves and children, the hanging bats and flapping wings mobile for like a baby. The nesting dolls with the innermost one being mummified because they get older as they get smaller.
That one's fun.
Yeah, the miniature gallows with the hanged man, the guillotine, and then a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut.
You said that there was a doll where it was a man and it looked like
That's
a
the
nobleman?
ventriloquist dummy. It looked like essentially a nobleman. Very light skin, slicked back black hair.
Can I go up to the toy maker and ask him how much are each of these toys, and I kind of gesture to each one.
Well, normally they are 9. Well, it depends. Different ones are different prices. Which one are you looking for?
I'm gonna be honest.
You-
I kind of like them all.
Oh,
Honey, we can afford all of them.
my goodness.
I mean,
You honor me so much.
I feel
Is it
so
that
bad for
people
this
just
man.
He's
don't
like
like
openly
his style?
weeping. He's like openly
Do
weeping.
people just not like his style of his choice?
So essentially,
niche?
what it
Loves his
is, I mean,
stories.
these people have grown up in this decrepit, terrible world for so long. They've never known anything else, so they don't know what a good toy would be. I mean, people create toys from the things around them and what
Right.
they're used to. So this is what he's made. I mean, he doesn't know what else kids would play with. He doesn't know what a slide is. He doesn't know what a park is. Like these things like don't click. But a lot of these toys remind people of the horribleness around them. But he just doesn't understand. Like he doesn't know like what else can I do. He's a carpenter. So, I mean, he offhandedly mentions that, you know, the burgomaster will pay him to create decorations and other things for the weekly festivals they have. But other than that, like, I mean, that's the only reason he still gets food on his table, because no one will buy his toys.
How long has this been taking?
You guys have probably been there about 30 minutes, not very long.
I'm growing impatient. Do I see anything going on with that house?
You periodically do see lights, but like little flashes of purple, but that's it.
All right, I take Spit by the hand and I go inside the toy shop.
Okay. Spit follows you in. And he's like, oh, more customers. Welcome, welcome. Oh, welcome, friends, to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at a bargain price. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, a little toy for a boy or girl. Oh my gosh, another child. But you are green. Oh,
Yes.
very interesting.
Do you see anything that you like?
Spit just like,
All of it.
he just runs over and he starts kind of like
Don't
playing with all
break
the little
anything.
toys.
Don't break anything.
I won't. You see, he runs over and he finds the ventriloquist dummy, and he's just like, it's like my
afraid
same
of that
size. I like this one.
Does that
Anyone
one
else
look
getting
the
goosebump
most?
vibes?
I know, right? No, as soon as he said ventriloquist, I was
I was
straight
like,
to
nope,
goosebumps.
nope.
Oh yeah.
Does you said it looks like a nobleman? So is it the most normal toy out of all of them?
It is the most normal looking toy.
But it's still creepy because
but-
it's a ventriloquist doll.
Well, yeah, and Blinsky, he turns and he goes, oh yes, that one is fashioned after the devil.
Oh, how very interesting.
Kind of what I was thinking was that.
Yeah. That's why I
That
came
is,
back.
that is the Strahd van Zurvich, the one who rules Barovia.
Hey, very interesting.
So you guys in this ventriloquist dummy get your first look at what Strahd could look
So
like.
yeah, so he's pale. He looks like a nobleman.
Yeah, let me pop open.
Yeah,
oh,
do
wait,
it.
I'm not going to show you guys a picture of Strahd. I'm going to describe it to you.
Yeah.
So essentially what it looks like is like he has got a deep widow's peak, slicked back black hair. You see that a high collared red vest, and it wears a cape with like fur on the shoulder, a red sash around its midsection, and then red pants and black boots, essentially is what you
So
see.
he looks like your cliche, run-of-the-mill vampire lord.
Essentially.
Okay.
I mean, none of you guys know that, unless you
Right,
know much
right,
about
right.
vampires.
Yeah.
But
So while everyone's kind of looking around, Kinsley's not like super into any of these. So I'm just going to sit
Me-
there and kind of like, have you ever thought about making like just an abundance of dolls, maybe for girls? And then you could make like small, well, non-lethal weapons for the boys. And kind of try to give him some ideas on what normal kids might want to play with and try to
like
help him.
a wooden sword. A wooden sword. That would be so fun, mommy.
Exactly.
You mean you don't want one of these? And I take out my
The real sword.
I don't know if children. I take
Yeah.
Frank and like kind of pull him to me like a mother. Like I don't know if young children should be playing with such
Mine's doing fine.
sharp
I'm
things.
afraid that the elf lady, mommy. I think she might actually hurt me.
You see Spit pulls out his sword and he's just like,
Yeah, I got a real one. This thing's really cool.
Oh,
I think we're a special case, darling. Put it away. I don't need to buy everything in here.
yeah,
Needs
I'm just
to
trying to give him
infatuate
like
with
some
this.
ideas.
What?
he
Help
holds-
his business.
he's holding up the dummy's arm.
I want
how-
this one.
I just want to buy all
How
of
much?
them.
How much for the dummy?
Yes, the ventriloquist dummy. That one is 9 silver pieces, please.
Oh, okay. I buy it.
He's just so happy.
So Spit now has a ventriloquist dummy of our
Oh no, this is gonna be awkward.
Goes up to Strahd, Spits, pulls it out.
Look like my doll. My doll.
I can
Can only
just,
be one.
I can see Spit just like mocking Strahd during the whole fight with him.
Rips off its head.
This is you.
Yes.
This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do.
Tape over the mouth.
And he turns back to me and he's like, and so to answer your question, all of them together, let me add them up real quick. Give me one moment.
minus the one that I just bought from my
Right.
offspring.
So many
Kinsley
questions.
tries not to laugh.
I like how you
I
even
mean-
avoid saying child. You're like,
Emra's a little weird about family. She doesn't know what to do with it.
Me's still way too distracted by the toys. He's just so infatuated.
So he says it would be surprisingly it would only be 12 silver and 6 copper for the rest of the toys.
I give him 2 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say I give him like a couple gold. Yeah.
I would be able to eat for months.
Though I do think that the lovely young lady here has a point. They seem to be totally interested in the morbid, but I think it would be nice to spread a little of this joy that you are so excited about and give them something lovely.
So
Instead of wolves chasing people, it could just be horses. And I'm like referring to the little carousel.
So go ahead and give a persuasion check with advantage because imra'lyr is helping you. It's
it's
not
the
a
same
very
roll.
high DC.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
I have a -1 in persuasion.
It should have been me. I have a +2. Dang.
It's still a 14.
Oh, that's fine. You just need to beat a 10. So he's
I
like,
got 15 twice.
he's
Oh,
like,
I have a
first,
high
he's like, first you come in here and you buy all my toys, and it makes me so happy, and then you give me advice on what I should make to sell to people. You have no idea. I will write this down. Is there anything else? He just starts making a notes of like.
I'll go ahead
all-
and I've been wood carving like with my tools at night. I'll show him like some little things that I've been working on. They're just like little mini like animals and some like I've been trying to make one. I've been making
Teddy
one of
bear.
like each of our group, just like little people and.
Can I buy these from you?
Oh, I mean, I'm just practicing. These aren't even that good. You can just have them.
I starts crying again. He's just like, oh, I've never felt so happy in my life. And he's just like,
Eileen?
these are going to help me. These are going to give me inspiration. I will keep these forever. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm
I
glad.
lean over to me and I whisper to him, "Is this what I looked like when I was crying the other day?"
I slowly nod, looking at him.
Oh.
I do have a. We noticed some lights coming from an attic. Is that normal?
So that is the burgomaster's mansion. The lights are relatively recent. I wouldn't necessarily call it normal. It is interesting, and it has been happening for some time now, but not that nothing's happened that I know of.
I just thought it was odd.
Yes, us and all of us in town as well.
Okay, well, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're going to have to put the clothes on that now that we've brought you all out.
What would you say? I didn't hear that.
You're going to have to put the closing sign now that we've brought you all out.
Yes, yes, I imagine I will. I have to make one. Thank you.
Me has been thoroughly enjoying this man's presence.
And you're just sitting there holding
Yeah.
a bunch of
my
toys. They are
toys.
not going in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to figure that out.
He's got lots of pouches.
Yeah, I kind of set my my toys aside, or I kind of like finish putting them away or whatever, and
Hand
I
one
go
to your child.
yeah, and I hand one to Frank. I give him
Which one?
The guillotine.
I think about it for a minute, and I lean over to Frank. I'm like, do you want the one with the doll with the sack of heads, or do you want the wolf carousel?
I think I want the wolves. I am a little afraid of the one without the head.
And then I go over to the toy maker, and I'm like, friend, I say, friend, it's been very good to meet you. Can I give you a hug? And he kind of like gestures like an openly.
What is it you are wanting to do?
Yeah, probably don't know what that is. So
Spit.
when
Give him a hug.
yeah, give him a hug, Spit. Show him what a hug is.
Spit just runs over and like grabs the guy's big leg. And just starts hugging him. He's just like,
It's really nice.
It's a way to show that affection.
You see that he's like, I kind of like this.
I go in and I give him a hug.
Okay.
I would also though.
I know.
So I'm doing this so no one else in the party knows. But I would like to make a sleight of hand to put in his pocket a peridot, which is worth 15 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Do I notice?
You can.
no! He probably
Passive
does.
perception is 17.
The guy probably notices because I rolled a 5.
Okay,
Passive perception is 14, but I rolled a natural 20.
you rolled a 4,
I rolled a 5.
a 5. Yeah, his passive perception. He's a commoner. Even if his passive perception is 10. So yeah, he notices and he's like, "What is this? Oh my goodness! What are you doing? What is this?"
I wanted to give you a gift because I like your store.
I'm just gonna keep crying. Yep.
Dad, are you doing what they call investing?
Yes, son.
That is so cool.
People helping me so much. This is so crazy. I've never felt so many emotions in my life.
And thus the misfits defeated Strahd with love.
Me kind of looks
Real
around.
magic.
Me kind of looks around awkwardly.
I'm going to check out the
Because now
window. Do I
everyone
notice any more of
noticed.
that flashing happening?
Not at the moment.
Kinsley's starting to feel really bad.
We should, Spit, grab your doll. We're leaving.
Okay.
He lets go of the man's leg and just walks over, grabs the doll by the leg, and starts dragging it behind him out the door.
Yes.
Perhaps
Darling.
we should be going as well.
Well,
Okay,
thank
mommy.
you. Thank you again. I will never forget you.
I hope you have
Wait,
success in your future.
what should I, what are your names, or what can I call you?
I'm Frankie.
Do you have a family name, or
Carmel's.
the Carnells?
Carmel.
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 Okay. Okay.
Delicious.
Although some people pronounce our last name caramel, but it's
It's not Carmel, it's
Carmel.
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 That is a last name. It is a normal last name, you guys. Carmel.
I know it's a normal
I
last
want-
name,
I
but I
wanted to
went
say
straight
it.
to Carmel.
I know. I just wanted to say it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
goodness.
you guys make your way outside the door, making this very sad man, extremely happy and sparking some hope in Barovia. So, what are you guys doing now?
So the
I find an alleyway real quick,
Uh-huh.
and I turn into a woman again, but I make myself what?
I turn back into myself.
Oh, okay. I want to look more like the doll, not exactly, but I want to look kind of like
Arena.
it. Yeah, just
Not her.
not
but
her,
like you
but
could be
similar.
her sister.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting.
Weird that he would know what she looks like. Anybody else think that?
Huh?
Because
Oh
anybody
yeah.
else
Here's okay.
think
Let
that
me
it's
let me
weird
let,
that
let
he
me
knows
lay
what she
toy
looks
down.
maker.
like?
Let
Yeah,
me lay down
that
what
the
I'm
toy maker
thinking.
would
No,
know.
the right hand
Well,
of the...
he's
Or-
acting.
Oh yeah.
He's acting as bait.
Yeah. So like
But
what I'm
It
thinking.
seems a little early to be.
Well, okay.
getting
So here's what I'm
people's
thinking.
attention.
The guy, like, what if Strahd is interested in women that look like this particular person? Maybe there's someone from his past, perhaps, that he's obsessed with. And so it might not just be, a type of woman. It might be how a woman looks.
Or it could be that trope of the idea that like, oh, this person must be the reincarnation of my past lover.
Maybe. So the light has stopped flashing in the attic in the house we were looking at.
Oh yeah.
What do you all want to do about this? It would seem strange to just walk up and be like, hello, we saw some flashing lights, we were concerned. What do you...
Right.
Well, there's always a way to view things without being noticed.
And the Burger Master doesn't seem to be the type that wants others' noses in his business.
True?
Everyone seems rather
Put off
frightened
by him?
of him.
Yes, he
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a very nice individual.
Can I see if there's any cats nearby?
Roll a d20, a random check. If it's below a 10, then no.
What if it is a 10?
You need the DC.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you see, you think you see one going down an alley.
I just want to know that there are cats, in fact, existing here.
You saw something going down an alley.
I think
may
that's
or
a
may
cat.
not be.
I really hope there are cats here, because I'm thinking maybe. Okay. How high up is this window?
Pretty high up. It's probably. Give me a second.
Maybe can you turn into a raven or something?
I still don't.
It's
have, I
3
won't be able
stories
to fly.
tall, so it's probably like 50 feet up.
But the cat is pretty dexterous.
Yeah, cats have good dexterity, and I think they. I know that the one spell that I have makes it to where I don't take fall damage.
If that doesn't work, I can always turn invisible and scale it and see.
I mean, you could always just be a spider.
I know that I was about to. Yeah.
That is
I mean,
probably
I just wanted
the
to do
best
some.
better.
I just wanted to do something different than last time, but it's probably a better idea. So I go up. I kind of. Okay, Imra, come here.
Yes.
To be inconspicuous,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn into a spider,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to kind of nonchalantly walk by the house and put me on it so I can climb up to that window.
How far is the street from the house?
So, I mean, it's on the strip.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's. Let me see something.
So it
real
wouldn't be
quick.
too weird if I walked past it and just kind of like stretched. Because I hurt my arm playing with my sword earlier. Real
It's
life
probably it's probably like.
Because it'd be weird to kind of just
It's
walk up and
the
turn into a
front
spider.
step of the porch is 20 feet away from the road, so it's not up against it.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah.
It's
so-
not like a western.
It's not
Yeah,
on the
or-
strip.
So-
Phandelver was like that, where everything was kind of on the strip, but these are like back about 20 feet from the road.
Can't do that because you don't come with me when I do that.
Maybe you could shoot an arrow.
That would be very suspicious. Can you like do one of those web things where you toss a little string out and then you float and then you land?
Oh, you mean
the
the like
house?
when baby spiders are first born and they do the parachute thing?
Yes, but I know that adult spiders can also do it because I've seen it and yeah.
It's very intimidating when that happens. Can I? Yeah.
What's the question? I'm sorry.
Okay, so you know how spiders can make the little web parachute and like float?
Hmm.
Would I be able to do something like that?
So you probably could, but I'm pretty sure only baby spiders do that after they're
That's what I
first
was
hatched.
thinking.
It's not something adults can do because I feel like
They
it
are a
happens
little heavy.
all the time.
I'm pretty sure that it's baby spiders do that right after hatching. Even if you were to do it, it would be in whatever direction the wind is blowing.
True.
So I don't know how you would control it.
I just don't want to use a spell slot and my last thing. All right. Well, I could just go invisible and
Yes, just go invisible.
yeah, it's a lot
turn into
simpler.
your spider.
All right. Me
We'll
revert.
just hang out here.
Me realizes that he forgot to revert himself and just pop back to him normal self, and I cast invisibility at 2nd level, and I stealth my way over to the wall to turn into a spider.
Okay. There's no one outside, so you don't see anything. Go ahead, because you're invisible, give me a stealth check with advantage.
I don't think I'm going to need that advantage. I rolled a nat 20 my first time, then a 10.
Nice.
nat
Okay,
20.
yeah, so you creepily sneak your way over to the front door of the house. Kind of, there's the front door, and then there's like hedges kind of going down where the steps go down, and there's walls going up. There are some like windows there and whatnot, but nobody sees you.
All right, it's time. I do beast shape, and I turn into a spider.
Okay,
Eee.
and I believe spiders automatically have spider climb.
Yes.
So-
They also have 2 HP.
Don't
Okay.
get hit.
That's also partly why I wanted to do a cat.
Okay.
Kind of lean over to Imra. No, if we waited till tomorrow, I'm pretty sure that I have a spell that would allow me to look inside.
Well, we can always try that if me fails.
Okay. Well, you climb up the side of the wall. You make it all the way to the top. Eventually, you make it to the shuttered window, but you are a little bitty spider. So it is easy. So it is easy for you to kind of pop in into the attic room. What you see is that someone has taken old, mismatched furniture and created a study. That's weird. Someone has taken old, mismatched furniture and created a study in this dusty lamplit chamber. I found a typo in the Curse of Strahd. Tables are strewn with pieces of parchment on which strange diagrams are drawn, and a freestanding bookshelf holds a collection of bones. A dusty rug covers the floor in front of a pine box on which lounges a skeletal cat. Several more skeletal cats skulk about. Most unnerving of all is the sight of 3 smallish children standing with their backs to you in the northeast corner of the room.
I slowly
Probably good
climb.
thing you didn't turn into a cat.
Yeah, I slowly climb to the ceiling to see if I can maybe get a better view of those kids.
Okay, go ahead and give me another stealth check.
Kids are always so creepy in these
I
situations.
know.
They're either in trouble or they're the bad guys.
Play with us, me. Stealth, yeah.
Yep.
21.
Good thing you got a 21. So you are able to go all the way around to the wall, and these skeletal cats do not see you.
It would have tried to eat you.
Eventually, you make your way over to the children. You crawl down in front of them, and you see that these are actually just wooden children, like wooden mannequins, essentially, that are dressed to look like children.
All right. Creepy. And you said there was also a book. Right?
You see tables are strewn with pieces of parchment on which strange diagrams are drawn, and a freestanding bookshelf that holds a collection of bones.
Okay. Can I see what any of these diagrams look like?
Yeah, so you go over and you look at some of the diagrams, and go ahead and give me either an Arcana or a straight intelligence check.
I'm gonna go with Arcana. Then that one. Should have stuck with the red dice.
You have no idea.
These are creepy. Am I gonna scene? Let's see.
Who fits right into this campaign?
I know.
Me kind of looks over at the pile of bones. Can I tell what kind of bones they are? If they're like human, cat?
Give me, I guess, a nature check. Yeah, nature check.
That's a nat 20. Red dice is definitely the better one.
Very good.
Yeah, there you go. You can tell that these are cat bones. It would appear that whoever is doing this, or whoever is in here or does work in here, has dug up cat bones, has been reincarnating cats or bringing them back to life or whatever.
Fancy.
So these
If vampires weren't bad enough, there's probably a lich in this campain.
Have I
Gosh
told you
darn it.
guys how
So
cool this campaign is?
This campaign is really cool.
Dude, I love this setting so much.
All right.
We're all just down there on the street, twiddling our fingers.
Can I without getting dangerously close or anything, can I get a better look at these cats to see if there's anything of interest I can notice about them?
There's nothing interesting about them. They're just cats. They just are boned cats. You see that their eyes are kind of like smoky arcana. They're like kind of green. Just like with arcana magic built within them. Other than that, there's nothing really special about these skeletal cats.
Can I see if I can find the, like, because it's the attic, I assume there's like a trap door or maybe sometimes a door that'll lead down to the other parts of the house.
So looking around the room, you actually see a door on the other side of the room, like leading into another section of the attic.
Can I go up to the door and see if I can feel anything magical about it?
Let me see.
See if there are any traps.
Yeah, any
Trap.
traps or anything
Right.
like that. That'll go off on a spider.
So are you?
Because okay, if it's a trapped thing, probably a spider won't affect it that much. So more of a magical trap
Right.
is what I'm looking for.
So are you? Are you trying to find something magical on this side of the door? Do you have a detect magic spell? Are you just trying to?
I'm just trying to see if I can maybe see any evidence.
So
or
you-
signs of it.
From this side, you don't see anything.
Can I see if there's any like loose anything around, or if I can produce like a ball of silk I could roll?
A spider's not going to be strong or heavy enough to do anything like that.
Well, because like I was thinking, if I could produce a ball of silk, I could maybe like try to, shove it under the door to see if maybe it explodes or anything.
Oh, let me see something.
The silk is pretty light.
So you can do that. You can produce a ball of silk and try to push it under the door. Do you want to do that?
I try to do that, but I don't
Okay.
get like too close to it or anything.
Okay, so you kind of stay back a little bit. You kind of weave together a little ball of spider silk and push it under the door. It kind of rolls and goes through, and nothing happens.
All right, that's all I need to know. I start leaving.
Okay, so you head back out through the window, climb all the way back down, make it the 20 feet across the yard, and kind of make it back to the road where your friends are, and you transform back into me.
I'm laying on the ground.
Entonces, ¿cómo fue? How was it?
How did it go?
You look tired.
That's a long walk for a spider.
Fair.
All I can say is cats and necromancy. Someone's reanimating dead cats. There are bone cats in there.
Ay.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear like the attic door is trapped with magic, from what I can tell.
Did you not go through the crack to see what was in the rest of the house?
I was afraid of dying because spiders are very delicate. But from what I could tell, the attic, someone is doing necromancy up there. There were these weird symbols, there were cat bones, and there were these two creepy children dolls. They're like wooden mannequins with kids' clothes.
What is it with everybody and creepy dolls in this place?
I don't
It's just
really
creepy.
like creepy
Do you
kids.
know what the parchment was saying?
No, I couldn't figure it out. There is just these strange symbols.
Yeah, it was like runes and diagrams and
Runes,
shapes and whatnot.
So
No-
probably things to perform the necromancy that is popping up these cats that... Oh, why?
With my new magical abilities, can I ascertain what any of this would mean?
Give me an intelligence check with your -1.
Charisma may be your spell modifier.
That's
But it doesn't make it more
that's a
knowledge.
2.
You're like, yes, diagram, shapes, runes.
I act like I know exactly what he's talking about, and just like nod my head.
So, Francisco, what do you think? You and your new eye bestowing upon you all sorts of wisdom and intelligence of all things arcane.
Francisco's so like dumb right now. He doesn't even realize that the thing like etched into his eye is what is called a rune. He doesn't know it's a rune.
You know, sometimes the knowledge is so deep inside that I myself cannot access it at this current point in time.
So knowledge isn't power. It's just power.
No,
no. Knowledge is super important, but in my
But in your
case,
case, it's just the power.
no. It's in there. I swear. It's just deep, very
Look,
very
I'm not
deep.
going to pretend that I know anything except what I have been taught, and that doesn't mean I know anything about how this magic works. I only know how to cast it. I have the power. I have no knowledge of the power.
I think
is
the
what it is.
saying really is power is knowledge. No? SSC, no?
I think we're getting off track here.
I
A
agree.
little bit.
We need to. I don't know what to do with this place. Can I see your doll for? Not me. Spit, can I see the doll for a second?
Oh yeah, I need to like write down what all my toys are. Uh-oh.
What?
I
Is
asked.
this good to
I asked Spit. Oh
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for me because I thought me was looking at toys.
no!
Oh,
I meant to
oh.
ask Spit to look at his toy.
Oh, so okay. Spit takes it and he like pulls it up and he's like,
What do you want to know?
I slap it.
Hey, that's mine.
I hope you abuse it just like that.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Smack, smack, smack.
There you go. Take out all of my anger on that stupid creature.
So, just as you guys are standing outside of the house and whatnot on the street, you see that someone pokes their head out of the front door, and she goes, excuse me, can I help you?
Who are you?
I'm one of the house attendants to the burgomaster. You're standing outside of his mansion. Is there something you need?
I had a question about the upcoming event, the festival with the wolves.
Yes, of course. Are you guys new to town?
Yes, we are.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome to Valleki. Yeah, so the Festival of the Blazing Sun. The Burgomaster is putting that on for the town. And it's going to be a great festival.
What
Is there any-
what is it? What happens?
Oh, so it's for they are celebrating the Morning Lord, and they are building a huge giant sun effigy that they are going to burn, and it's just going to celebrate the Morning Lord. It's going to be so great.
Does the Morning Lord appreciate the burning?
Well, I mean, not many people have heard from the Morning Lord in a long time,
Yeah.
but we're hoping
So let me check the
doing
schedule for
is
you
this
real
thing
quick,
for
and
him or will
also,
help bring him back
I
to
do have a
Barovia?
resident that was
Wouldn't
perfect
it
timing.
be ironic
Who
that this
just
is the
got
reason why
locked out of
Yeah.
his apartment, so he needs to.
Interesting. When is
be
this
let
happening?
in.
It's about 3 days.
3 days.
Yes. Do you want to meet the
Okay.
Burgomaster?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that would be really lovely.
Please,
meet
come
the
inside. Come
Burgomaster.
inside.
so
she opens the door.
Kelly should be
and she
passing off the phone
invites
to
you all
Tyson,
inside.
and
I
Jared is
gesture for
supposed to
them.
be on call. No, Holly should have it because Holly switched with Jared.
but I follow.
So
So do I? And
Okay.
I've got a very
okay,
firm
yeah,
grip
go
on
ahead and call
Spit,
Kelly,
and I
or Kelly might have already
dash.
dropped it
I
off in
put
the
the
box.
doll in the bag of holding real fast.
Yeah, I let her do that. I let her.
I'm going to just, I'm
Okay,
going
so
to-
you see that this attendant brings you guys into this really big, beautiful mansion. You see that this mansion
Okay,
is, as you're walking towards it, you see the mansion has walls of plastered stone
Okay,
that
cool.
display many
Awesome.
scars
Right.
where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. You start making your way into the entrance hall, and you see framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing off to your right. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion in front of you, and has several doors leading away from it on the left and the right, including one at the very far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls everywhere. And the attendant kind of tells you that these are being brought here because they're building the big effigy of the sun here, putting it all together. And she goes, please, right this way. I'll take you into the den, and I will go fetch the Burgomaster. So she brings you into this den, and you see that there are padded chairs and couches line the walls of this cozy, carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear. So yeah, and she bows and dismisses herself, and you guys are now in this den waiting for the burgomaster to appear.
First thing I want to do, can I see if there are any parchments or like any official documents or anything like that that the burgomaster may have written on or signed or anything like that?
Give me a perception check.
That is a 16.
Looking around the room, you find some posters for the upcoming festival. You see that some old ones that says, "Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree, attendance and children required, pikes will be provided, all will be well, the Baron." And then you see new ones for this week that say, "Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Festival of the Blazing Sun, attendance and children required, rain or shine, all will be well, the Baron." Other than that, those are kind of the only parchments you see in here.
Are they handwritten?
Yeah, but no sign. Like, you don't know, you wouldn't be able to ascertain who wrote it because you've never seen anyone else's handwriting before.
Okay.
You do realize that effigy has two sorts of meanings, correct? There is the effigy that represents an image as a monument, and then there is one that is made crudely and used to ridicule. So I'm concerned. If this is something that is not just happening here, it may be driving the god away versus inviting him. I don't know. Words have very powerful meanings, and not everyone always understands. And I don't know if the burgomaster is doing it on purpose or if it's just well-meaning. I don't know anything about this man. Why are we in here?
Right. What was the purpose of this?
I just think it could be beneficial to meet the burgomaster. Also, and I lean to Imra and Kinsley, and Francisco, kind of bring them a little close. And if we can get a signature, if there's ever a time when we need it, I can repeat it.
So what, do you want like his autograph or something?
Right.
Anything works.
I'm not asking for his autograph.
I'll do it.
You are shameless and I'm enjoying it. All right. So I am concerned about everything that is happening. But all right.
Okay. So we're at a good stopping point to take a break. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Everyone watching at home, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure into the story of the Curse of Strahd. I hope you're enjoying this. If you haven't watched some of our older stuff, some of our older streams, you can find them on youtube.com. Just put in Lakeside Legendz with a Z and you'll find it. So yeah, we are going to take a break now. We'll be back in approximately 10 minutes. So it's 7:27 now. We will be back at 7:37 and we will be right back. All right, we are back from break. For those of you who are just now joining us, the group has been pulled into the burgomaster's home, and they are all currently sitting in the den waiting for the burgomaster and his attendant to come back. So is there anything else you guys want to discuss before?
I want to take a look. Well, me's already taking a look around, but I want to look at like other things.
Yeah, I only looked for written things, so that is...
I'm just snooping.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Where's my investment? Oh, there it is. Plus 0. Okay. 16.
Okay, so looking around the room, You don't find anything very weird or out of place. You do notice that this place is very much nicer looking than any other home you have seen in Barovia so far. I mean, he's got a freaking bear's head mounted on the wall and a bear rug in the center of the room, couches lining the walls and nice armchairs, relatively nice looking like furniture. But I mean, you don't find anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So after a time, eventually the attendant does walk back into the den, and followed behind her is this not short, but probably about 5 foot tall man. He's got long silver hair. It kind of comes up and circles down over his eye over here. Widow's peak, but like kind of teased up, I guess you could say. And he's got on this really nice like red robe with gold trim. On either side of him, he has 2 big mastiffs that come in behind him. And
I make myself hotter.
And then immediately behind him is this giant of a man, probably like 6.5, 7 feet tall, big guy. And you notice that his right hand doesn't look normal. You see that it has, let me see if I can find the description real quick. I guess I didn't write it down. But I generally remember he's got like, it's a long, weird looking arm that has essentially like thorn things coming out of it. It looks like if a decrepit arm and wood kind of formed together. And he's got extra long fingers, and that's just only on his right arm. So the burgomaster walks in, and he goes, well, hello, welcome to Vallaki. I hear you are new in town, and I try to make a point of saying hello to everyone and welcoming them to our town. What can I do for you?
It's good to finally meet you. And I kind of give like a little bit of a courtesy, like bow kind of thing.
You see that your bow pleases him very much, and he's like, you are very welcome. You're very welcome in my home. Wow, look at you, also very different. Are you planning to stay for the festival?
Yes, we are.
That's great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You are more than welcome to attend and to enjoy our city. There are lots of things. And remember here, you are far away from the influence of the Devil Strahd, so do not worry about him. Just enjoy your time in our town, and remember, all will be well. It is such a great town to be a part of.
I would like to
Me
insight
too.
check him.
I knew
Okay.
exactly what
Yeah.
I saw her face. I'm like, me too, sister.
Yeah, give me insight
That's
check.
so stupid. You're a terrible dice. Go away.
What'd you get, imra'lyr?
Insight was
15.
It's Kinsley.
10. I rolled a 3, but I
So-
rolled 7.
I mean, Kinsley, you think that he seems like a pretty nice guy. He seems pretty all well put together. imra'lyr, you can kind of tell that as long as you are nice and being nice to him and not causing trouble, then he won't give you any trouble. But you can kind of feel he might have a dark side.
Can I sense if he's being genuine when it comes to his apparent dislike or wariness at least of Strahd?
Yeah, that feels I mean, everything he says seems kind of hammed up. But you don't get a sense that he has any love for Strahd.
Okay. No, even a enemy alliance sort of thing under the surface. Like, I'm working for him, but I don't want to work for him, sort of thing.
Right. You don't get any feeling like that.
All right.
So he looks at you and is very excited to see new people in his town. It is a town that obviously he loves. And he starts out. So what brings you to Barovia? What brings you here to my little town?
We were passing through, helping some people travel from one place to another.
Oh well, that's passing through is perfectly fine. You're always welcome here, as long as you're not causing any trouble. We do have very strict laws here in town, and we want to make sure that everyone is protected and everyone was happy. And I don't know, but we throw the greatest festivals in all the land. We have one every week, just because we want to remember that all will be well, and that we can band together and be happier people.
That's the purpose of your festivities, is to bring joy.
Yes. We want to help everyone be happy.
Weekly?
I mean, how often does it take to make sure that the influence of Strahd does not seep into the corners of our society? If people are happy, then all will be well, and we have nothing to fear.
Joy is a good mindset to have.
See, he gets it. Yes.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not the most festivus person, but after several weeks of it, I might just get a little tired. That's just me.
Everyone has their opinion. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I have a question about the lake. I heard some strange things about the lake nearby. That is monsters or something. I don't know. There's a
by Lake Zarovich, you mean? Just north of us. Yes. I mean, so it's a big lake. It's been around forever. Outside of our city walls is not very safe. And it is north of our city walls. I mean, people have heard that there are monsters roaming around, but they are everywhere. That's why we have the walls. You might find different things out there. The only person I know that still goes north of here into the lake is the town drunk, really. For some reason, he's able to go back and forth to the lake and never have a problem. But
what is the drunk man's name?
Oh, let me see. Let me think. His name is... I have so many notes. Where is it? Lake. Okay. Yes. His name is Bluto Krogarov. Krogarov. Krogarov.
One more time, a little slower, please.
Krogarov. Bluto Kragorov. But he's more liquid alcohol than he is man at this point. He doesn't talk much, he doesn't do much, he drinks and he fishes. But from what I've heard, he has not had very much luck lately. It seems the lake is not producing fish like it used to.
I do have a question. As we were over here, we noticed some beautiful lights coming from above. Do you know anything about lights in your attic? Or just these very lovely flashes. I was just wondering if there is like a magical effect or something that...
Yes, that has been brought to my attention before. I have concluded it's probably just the trick of the lights, of the sun reflecting on something up there.
Interesting.
I believe that's a rather logical explanation.
That's what we imagined.
Do you ever go up there?
No, we've had attendants go up there and check and whatnot. Well, I mean, I personally don't go up there.
Inside check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I believe this man?
Give me an insight check.
Oh no, that was not the. Let's see. 13.
I mean, it seems to be on the level. I mean,
22.
you can tell this guy wears really nice clothes, and he does not want to get them dirty. And
Do I notice if the guy behind him makes a reaction to my inquiries?
You can give me a perception check.
A perception or an.
Perception to see if you notice him, like, making any
It
moves
was
or
20
anything.
until it hit the wall, and then it became a 2, so it's only a 6.
Yeah, you don't really notice anything.
Okay. Do I notice anything about the man besides his strange arm?
You notice that he's really big. The burgomaster is like, I'm so sorry. I think I've forgotten to give you my name. How rude of me. My name is Vargis Valakovic. I am the Baron here. Baron Vargis Valakovic. And this is my attendant, Isaac Strasny. He guards me and he enforces the laws in this town. He is my right-hand man and has been since he is a child. He has been a wonderful help. And you see that
Is Isaac checking me out?
Isaac is looking like straight ahead. Like,
He doesn't seem perturbed about a very similar looking lady, the doll that he's been commissioning from the toy maker.
you can see, I guess he would look over a little bit, kind of eye, and then just like, nothing.
What was the,
Giving nothing
what
away.
was the name of the burgomaster again?
His name is Vargas, Vargas, Valakovic, Vallakovic. He's the burgomaster.
Now, Vargas, could you tell me more about this festival? I'm really quite interested.
Well, yes, of course. It's a festival that is meant to worship the Morning Lord and help call him back to the presence of Barovia, to show him that the town of Vallaki has nothing to do with that Strahd individual, that evil vampire, that we are still here, that we are still happy, and that he can join us, and to let everyone know that we are making an effort in this town to bring the light back.
It's a wonderful idea.
Why, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Is there any way that you think that I may be able to help with the festivities?
Well, right now we're having lots of people bring sticks and wood and whatnot to the mansions, so that way some of our people can put together the big effigy that we are going to burn ablaze to worship the Morning Lord. If you wanted to bring sticks by, you're very more than welcome. Thank you.
You're
Is
welcome. I'm
is it-
glad to help.
Is it just a big pile of wood that you are burning to invoke the light that you're hoping he will?
No, we are going to make it into a symbol of the sun.
And
They're-
you're going to burn it?
Yes, like the sun.
All right. Is there anything else?
That's the whole festival.
Well, I hear that you said you plan one every week, yes?
Oh, we try to do one every week, yes.
What are your do you have any ideas for the next week's festival?
Well, at the moment, no. We are very busy doing this one. I mean, there's only so much we can do in a week's time. So we figure out what we want to do. We plan it. We complete it. And then the very next day, we start doing the next thing.
You do a lot for this town to try to make them happy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I very much do.
Is there anything else that any of us need here?
I
Any
just want
information we
to
need?
offer my services to help anybody that might need the help of I guess a strong woman.
Yes, is there anyone in town that you know of that we may be able to help? To shed a little bit of light on? That you know of?
If you would do me the favor of reminding everyone in towns that all will be well, I think that will be more than enough to hear from adventurers and people of your statures that all will be well. It will help them feel better about what's going on.
I make it
Already,
very-
I'm getting Path of Fire vibes, end of it, speech time.
None of us know your reference.
Nope.
Probably
It makes
Guild
me
Wars.
so sad. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Guild Wars.
Sorry.
All right, well,
We
we
have to
don't wish
pay
to
him
take
more.
up any more of your time, so we'll be on our way.
Okay, well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it very much. Kolya over here, she will show you out. He turns, and you see that he walks out with his mastiffs in tow, and Isaac as well. And Kolya will show you back out to the front door. Eventually, you make your way outside. She thanks you for coming. And
Is it just us and her right now?
yes, Kolya brought you to the front door.
Okay. And the burgomaster and his guy are not anywhere around?
Nope, they left, and then they you saw that they turned to go upstairs as you guys were exiting out of the den.
Okay, I turn to her and I ask,
Okay. I just wanted to ask, what is your opinion about all of this?
About all of what?
About, the festivals every week, about the current situation, about the burgomaster. What is your opinion of him?
You see that she gets a little nervous, and she's like, the burgomaster is a wonderful individual. He does a lot for this town, and all will be well. And she turns in.
I put my hand on her shoulder and I cast Friends.
Gonna try to charm her. Okay, what does she have to do?
Make a charisma
You're muted.
saving
You're
throw.
muted.
Oh.
You're still muted.
Yeah, when I click on another page, I get muted. So she has to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
What's the DC?
13.
Okay, well, she's a commoner, so she's got +0 to everything. She got a 4.
Okay.
What do you really think of him?
So what does Friends do?
Yep.
Read
For the
spell to me.
duration, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you. When the spell ends, the creature realizes that you used magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile towards you.
Oh.
A creature prone to violence might attack you. Another creature might seek retribution in other ways, depending on the nature of your interaction with it.
Okay. So you're trying to. It gives you advantage on charisma checks. So would that be
Yeah,
like? Let's see.
Like a
Persuasion.
Like a persuasion,
Yeah. So then I
yeah.
guess go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage, so you can see if she will really tell you or not.
16.
Okay. You see she turns to you and she kind of looks back and forth and she's like, he means well, but he has a very strong hand. And, he sets his laws in place, and if you even question them or anything, then you're in big trouble. You get thrown in the stocks, and sometimes he brings people back here to his mansion and locks them away to purge them of the evil. And,
What evil does he think is in them?
he thinks that if you are against him, then you are a puppet of Strahd, and that you must have evil in you. So he brings you back here to purge you.
He's a zealot.
I keep my hand on my shoulder. And I say,
It is all right. I understand. Thank you for helping us with this information. Now we know to be a bit more careful. You are a very good person. Thank you very much. just have you seen anything strange happen around here? We are here to help. We only want to help the people here.
I mean, lots of strange things happen around town. I mean, to be honest, two of our staff have gone missing lately. The butler and the Baroness's right-hand lady, they've both gone missing. We don't know what happened to them. I mean, the Baron and Baroness, they claim they do not know. They seem honest enough about that. What are the weird things around town?
you notice anything about the lights?
Yes, I mean, I see the lights, but I do not go up there. That's... I'm too scared to go and check that.
Who goes up there on a regular basis?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that the baronet, the baroness and baron's young son, he's often about somewhere all the time. He's never around. I guess it's possible he could be up there, but other than that, I do not know.
They only have one child?
Yeah,
Does he have any friends?
no. How long does this last?
It lasts a minute. I'm gonna before it ends, I'm gonna say,
Well, thank you. You have been very kind and very helpful for everything you do. You just keep trying your best to hang in there.
and then I start to walk away before it fades.
Okay.
Follow.
So you guys all leave?
Yeah.
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 Okay. So you guys all leave, and she turns and she closes the door. And where are you off to now?
Where do we go from here?
Guys, using spells is exhilarating.
Well,
He's
there's
doing it all the
always
time now.
well, there's always
Every excuse he
the
has. Spell for you. Spell for you. Spell for all of you.
You all get spells.
Spells!
well, there's always the option of trying to learn more about the Baron and possibly get on his good side.
We need to find out about this noble woman who
Right.
may be the ally of Strahd. Do we see any other noble homes in the area?
Let me see.
Because I'm assuming the Baroness is not the same person. If she only has one son and he has no friends and there was just two guys.
Right, yeah, no, it's not. Your
Different?
hunch is correct. They are different people. Let me get this to pop. So you guys would have to wander around town or ask someone. You guys in your immediate vicinity do not see anything really.
I find... What?
I just wonder about the fisherman, if you would know anything at all. But
You
he
know,
might
I
know
was-
more about
I was
than
thinking
me.
the same thing too. Maybe we should try to find him first and then ask around about the noble woman.
Is the fisherman the drunk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe that is a good solid lead.
So I'm looking around. Do I notice anyone who looks super smashed?
Do I have
No, I
advantage
mean-
because I am smashed a lot of the time?
So I know what to look for.
No, so you guys look around and you actually don't see a lot of people on the street. It is getting late. At this point, it's probably like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. The sun is going down, if not already down, and things and people are kind of closing up for the evening.
If we want to wait till tomorrow, I could try to stock some spells that might really help us.
All
I
right.
think that would be wise. Let us
It's been a
rest.
long day,
Perhaps we
so...
should sleep.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys make your way back to the Blue Water Inn. You make your way inside. You see that it's still as empty as it was earlier. Not a lot of people usually come and go. You do hear walking around up top because above the bar and whatnot is a veranda, I guess, or whatever you'd call that up there, where you can see like the platform, people walking around with hand railings. And you see that Rictavio is kind of going into a room up there. Irina and Ismark have their room up there. You guys go up to Erwin and tell him that you would like a room for the night. So it's just the one room?
How many beds per room do you keep?
Well, at the moment. Let me see what he has. Okay, so at the moment, it seems that one of our rooms is taken. So right now we have a double. So it is a room with 2 beds. And then I have a quadruple, which is a room with 4 beds.
Probably that one.
How much?
So, what we do in this tavern, it is 1 gold per person per night, but that covers all of your meals and all of your drinks.
All right.
Okay. So, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold, please. And then, do you just want the quadruple room?
Yes.
Okay. So, who's giving him the 5 gold?
I will give him the 5 out of our
Mutual
group.
fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any money on me.
Okay, so you guys hand over the 5 gold. He kind of takes you outside and shows you that there is an outside staircase that goes up the side of the building in the front. And you guys go up there. He shows you the door. He gives you each a key to the outside door so you can unlock it, get in and out. And then you see as you walk down a beautiful little hallway with the veranda to look down into the tavern, you see that there is 2 doors on the left down the little hall and 1 down at the very end. And you guys go to the room at the very end, because that is where you are going to stay. And So you walk down this 20-foot long balcony, provides a clear view of the bar, and has a wooden railing carved with raven motifs along them. The tap room's many lanterns illuminate the rafters and cast ominous shadows on the peaked ceiling. You guys get all the way down to the end. He opens up the door and lets you guys in, and you see 4 plain beds with straw mattresses line the north wall of this well-lit room. Each bed comes with a matching footlocker to store clothing and other belongings. A table and 4 chairs occupy the corner across the room. An oil lamp resting on the table casts a bright yellow flame. This is your room. Thank you for coming and staying at the Blue Water Inn. I appreciate it very much. If you need anything, let me know. Downstairs is open for a little bit while longer, but I will be going to bed soon. So just let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
And he turns to leave.
All right.
And
You guys.
anyone want to check on Irina?
Oh,
Do you want to go check on her?
I am just curious because of the whole doll thing. I don't know why,
Yes,
but I am.
do think that is
Yeah.
concerning, and that she and her brother should be notified that Isaac is commissioning lookalikes of her, and that this may actually not be the safest place for them to stay.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Who wants to go give them the bad news?
It was Francisco's idea.
True.
I pat Francisco on the back.
And I
the
am not
back.
a people person, so if you want this
Okay.
to be given gently, you should do it, or Kinsley, but she's got
You're
other
all-
things to do.
You're also the
Turn-
one who wanted to look like her sister.
I turn back into Shakira, and I go to their room.
Okay, so you exit the room and go back to the back into the hallway, the balcony hallway with the little motifs of ravens all the way down. And you knock. You don't know which door it is because there's two. So do you want to pick the one on the left or the one on the right?
Right.
What was that?
Muted.
Right.
Okay, so you go and knock on the door on the right, and you stand there a few moments, and no answer.
I go to the next door and I knock on that one.
Okay, so you go to the one on the left, or I guess you're walking down the hall. It's the furthest one away from you, closest to the stairs, and you knock on it, and you hear, yes, hello, can I help you?
Yes, it is I, Francesca. One of the ones that helped you, that went missing, that had their eye ripped out.
You see that a little like peephole kind of opens, and they're like, "Oh yes, please come in." And they open the door and they allow you in, and you see that you see two cozy beds with matching footlockers rest in the far corner of this 15-foot square room. Wolf furs are heaped atop each bed. Between the beds, a lamp sits on a table under a shuttered window. Two tall black wardrobes stand against the wall by the door. You see Irina and the two children are sitting on a bed, kind of like talking and chatting, and then Ismark is the one who let you in. He's like, "Yes, my friend, what can I do for you?"
I don't know how to tell you this, but this place, it may not be as safe as you were hoping. So we were wandering around town today to check some things out, curiosity and all. And we went to a toy maker who makes commissioned dolls that look a lot like Irina. And it's for one of the more powerful people within the city. And so we are just concerned because apparently he orders dolls exactly like this about every month that are almost exactly the same.
It must be some kind of coincidence. I mean, Irina has never been here before, so how does this person know?
Okay. So this is what I am thinking, and now this is just speculation. But Strahd has seen Irina, yes?
Well, yes, yeah, he's been with her on multiple occasions, unfortunately.
Perhaps someone here could be an agent for Strahd. And might be commissioning these dolls through this man, and it could be very terrible. It's just a possibility. So we are wondering, maybe do we stay here a little bit and investigate a little bit more, figure out what's going on, and if it truly is not safe, we should probably go where Father, I forget his name, the priest man, Donovic, yes. Told us to go. It might be safer, but we want to investigate further, but just keep Irina in a safe place. Don't let her leave your sight.
So you are suggesting that we go to Kresk. We go to the town that Priest Donovic suggested.
Possibly. We want to investigate a little bit more before we make any major decisions.
Well, thank you for warning us. The last thing we want is for Irina to end up right back where we were and dealing with Strahd again. Okay. We will be very safe for now. We can't get to Kresk unless we have help, so we cannot go out there alone. Are you suggesting that you would help?
We are figuring out our own goals at this moment, so we would probably go with you. I do not want to commit all of the people in our group because I'm not sure what they all want to do, but I myself would be interested in going because I sense there's a possibility that there's a way to go home from there. I don't know, something important. But I would be gladly go with you.
Well, thank you for warning us. Obviously, there's no obligation. and you have done an incredible job helping us, getting us this far. We will be very, for now, very for now. And if you know or you find out any things, let us know. But maybe we should start to think about going to Kresk.
Yes, thinking about it. We will confirm in the next day or two what we should truly do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe my sister and I will go and see the priest here in town at the church. Just to talk and get some some guidance from the Night Mother or the Morning Lord or whatever. Maybe we will do that tomorrow. If any of you would like to join us, let us know.
Yes, I believe perhaps our cleric Kinsley might be interested in going. I will ask her.
Okay, that would be wonderful. Let us know.
Already then.
He brings you back over to the door, and you exit and go back down the balcony hallway to your door and go back inside.
So this is what we call chocolate. I'm showing Spit the chocolate I had bought a while ago. This is one of my last pieces.
It smells sweet.
It is very sweet and very delicious.
Ew, gross.
I break off a piece and I shove it in his mouth.
Sweet. Oh, no, it burns. Oh, I don't like it. Blech, blech, blech.
You
Ew.
just wasted some of your chocolate.
I don't think that was a waste at all. Kinsley, would you like a piece?
Sure.
I give her one of my last pieces. Me,
Nice.
do you want a piece?
Sure.
Give me a piece. Is Francesca coming in the room just now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Francesca, I chuck it at her.
Make a dexterity check.
It'd be so funny if Emma threw it so hard.
Not
it got
rolling
It's
stuck
a
in the
9.
wall.
I've been rolling so bad the last couple sessions. Oh my gosh.
Jessica turns around and closes the door. What? Smack right in the face.
I don't think you've gotten anything above a 10.
No. Oh, well, actually, no. I did roll a 16 on,
Oh, right, on
something
the
earlier.
persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion.
And then I take the last piece. And
You see
I
that?
know.
You see that Spit's over on the floor, licking the floor, trying to get it off of his tongue.
So now I have no more chocolate and no more strawberries.
So Kinsley, tomorrow, Ismark and Irina are both going to go to the church tomorrow. And they were wondering if there was anybody among us that wanted to go. And seeing as you are the cleric, perhaps you could glean something from such a visit. I'm not sure.
I mean, I could try. Is there any questions that we would want to ask the priest?
To be honest, I don't know. I am not very smart.
I mean, I'm a cleric, but I don't really know a lot about other religions. I don't know if there will be really much for me to take from visiting.
You don't speculate that they may be your gods just by a different name because
don't-
of their isolation?
Do we know which god is?
They call her the Ninth Mother.
Oh, I thought this was to the
Yeah, I didn't
the
know if this
guy,
was the.
You
Was
guys
it-
don't know. You guys
Oh.
don't know
That-
which
that's-
church
yeah,
this
that's-
is.
So
Yeah,
it
that's why I'm
could-
asking. Do we
It
know?
could be the Ninth Mother, it could be the Morning Lord, but if it is the Ninth Mother, then
Well,
I didn't think about that.
I just don't
I-
know any gods that are of the night except for yours because I know you.
Yeah, perhaps I should go and see see what information I can get about her.
Yes. I mean, it may not be her at all, but
It's true.
there's
Regardless.
a connection.
There may be an answer at a church.
Or we could see if it is of the Sun Lord?
It's a morning
Sun
lord.
and moon.
Morning Lord, I think isn't there
if-
someone called the Dawn Father? I don't know.
Sun and moon.
Helios.
More
Uh,
seeing
I
if
don't know.
what the priest thinks about if it is for the Morning Lord. Yeah, what he thinks about the festival.
that's a good idea.
I can go.
I think we should all go, honestly. We need to be... I don't know. We need to learn about this place because I don't know what to do and I don't know what the best option is, and I really want to get out of here.
I agree.
I think I will hit the streets and see if I can find this drunk man tomorrow, while you guys are at the while you're at the church.
Oh, well, we
I-
shouldn't be totally alone. It should be 2 and 2.
I
Okay.
was thinking about maybe tomorrow, seeing if maybe I can help the Baron get some sticks. 'cause
I'm really uncomfortable with us all splitting up. I think that perhaps you two, me and Francesca, go find the drunk. I will go with Kinsley to the temple with Ismark and Irina.
we'll just pick up sticks on the
You
way
can
search and
pick
hunt.
up. Yes, that's what I mean.
I could also maybe try to make them a little bit longer, considering,
Your talents? Sure.
yeah.
I also, I mean, if this drunk is as drunk as they say, I was planning to prepare a spell that would allow me to alleviate his mind from his drunken stupor.
That is a
Yes,
good idea.
I could knock him out and bring him to you.
I don't know if that is necessary.
Yeah,
Let's just plan on us, meeting up after we do our thing at the temple, and if you find them, and then we just like, hey, meet at this point and bring the drunk with you, and then we will have a conversation with him.
That might
No,
be better.
We
I don't know.
need to knock anyone out, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I whispered to Francisco, yeah, we'll see.
Oh man, maybe it isn't such a good idea to have.
Those two.
I feel like it is a brewing of chaos, but I would like to visit the temple.
I mean, we could keep it quick. That way we don't have to try to meet up and then everyone can stay together.
I would actually prefer if we all stay together. So let's plan on the temple
okay,
first
that's
thing, and then we can all look for the drunk together and not
That
beat
would
him
make
up.
me feel better.
Yes, I don't want to beat the poor man up. He's probably already had a terrible time. So,
Right, well,
Conspiracy theory, he's the missing wizard.
Bum, bum, bum.
you never know.
You never know.
All right, it is time for everybody to get dressed. We need to get up bright and early for everything. Did you come up with a time for us to leave with them, Francesca?
You'll probably see them
Go.
at breakfast. No, at the breakfast. It's okay.
No. Go back and tell them to get up bright and early. We'll eat our breakfast and we are all going to the temple together first thing. We have things to do. I pinch her tongue as she's sticking it out. Yes?
It's fine. It's so weird. Yeah.
I would
I
totally
go-
never do that in real life. I hate
know you
the
wouldn't.
idea of touching
So
anybody's tongue, but Imra couldn't.
do it to my dog, but that's it. I do temper all the time.
I would do it to
yeah,
Max as he was
I go
sleeping.
back.
Okay.
Okay,
He
so
would always be
Francisco
sticking out.
Francisco goes back and he knocks on the door again, and he tells them that they'll go with them in the church and that they want to do it early in the morning. Ismark and Arena are like, okay, yeah, we can do that. And they'll said they'll meet you down at breakfast first thing in the morning.
Cool.
Okay.
Everybody going to sleep now.
Going to attempt to pray
Okay.
and
So
see if there's still that connection there.
okay, so everyone is crawling into bed. Kinsley, go ahead and give me a religion check real quick.
Besides me, but we'll get to that.
I also have something I'm going to do, but I wait.
That's a 19.
All
I
right.
just sleep.
So you lay out your candles and you say your prayers and your incense, and you reach out, and again that familiar touch of Saloon comes to you. And this time no words come, but you look out the window and you see that the moon is shining bright, and that the nice cool breeze is causing some of the trees in town, some dead trees, to sway. And you just get this overwhelming sense of peace and calm as you prepare for bed. So that's what Kinsley gets. She still feels that connection. imra'lyr, what are you going to do?
I'm going to wait until everybody's asleep.
Okay, so me,
I'll
what are
wait.
you doing?
All right.
I'm a little self-conscious about this.
I don't know if I notice anyone awake or anything. I'm not really trying to hide. I kind of just feel that if anyone is awake, I kind of be like, I'm going to head outside for a minute. And I kind of go outside and I kind of try to see if I could find any plants at all, whether it be like a tree or just kind of anything.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
The 10.
Okay. So you go outside and you look around, and you kind of go down towards the side of the building, kind of looking around the dead trees, and all of a sudden you hear some rustling and against the house across the way. Give me a perception check. 13. So looking across the street, you hear, like I said, this rustling and some weird sounds, and then all of a sudden you see one of the skeletal cats jump up onto a garbage can and kind of walk across and dive off to the other side and take off. Very fortunate that's all you found going outside at night. But you do not see any plants with a 10, unfortunately.
Can I take out my witch's fingers and kind of use a bit of druid magic and try to see if I can help it grow or anything around me kind of grow?
Go ahead and give me. Are you trying to cast anything? You just trying to use your inherent arcana, magic, druid skills to grow things? Are you trying to do plant growth?
I can use plant growth, yeah.
Yeah. So so with plant growth, go ahead and, because plant growth is. Let me read it real quick. Let's see, plant growth.
So I can choose a point and it becomes thick and overgrown, or I can channel it to over 8 hours to revitalize life into it.
Right. So because plant growth, it's not really meant to help a certain thing grow instantly type of a deal. You cast it and go ahead and give me an arcana check to see if you can shape the spell to do what you want.
All right. I kind of just want like any plants to grow, so even if it is just like something that temporarily grows. So that's a 13.
Okay, so you see that your witch fingers don't get any bigger. They just kind of stay the way they are. But casting plant growth at all, you do see that one of those weird vine things does come up out of the ground again. Like it's like a prickleberry bush or type of looking thing, but more brown and dead.
now that that's presented, I want to try to preserve that too. Is there any way that I could try to preserve this, like my witch's fingers?
Go ahead and give me a dexterity check to see if you can get it out of the ground and pot it real quick before it like hurts you.
Okay,
Because remember last time it pricked you.
I have a +0 to dex, so it's a straight 10.
Straight 10. So unfortunately you're not quick enough to get it to grow or to get it out of the ground before it snaps at you and gets your finger and you pull away. Eventually, as of last time, it does eventually wither and die again.
All right. I would kind of like to just see if I can try to just commune with the nature around me. To kind of just see if I can kind of meditate and see if I can have any connection at all, even with even connections to the decay, to the life, to the moon, to the dreams, to anything like that. Any druid nature.
Go ahead and give me a nature or arcana check.
Dice stuff. That's an 8.
So you sit down and you try to reach out with your druidic powers, try to get a sense of like what about this place is making it so hard for you to be a druid. Unfortunately, with an 8, there's not much I can give you. The only thing I can really say is that it's not that you feel a void of druidic influence here. It feels different. It feels strange, and it feels kind of dark. So that's what I can tell you.
Me kind of loosens up and looks around, kind of just stares at the stars for a little while before getting up and going back to his room and finally going back to sleep.
Okay.
Or going to sleep.
All right, Laura, what are you doing?
All right, so Imric, after making sure everyone's asleep, goes ahead and casts the same illusion of the same individual in her hands. And she repeats her mantra, I am safe, I am clean, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am loved. And then she goes to sleep with the intent of waking up before anybody else as the sun is just beginning to rise.
Okay. All right. So eventually all of you fall asleep. You sleep soundly through the night. You are safe inside of an inn. The influences of the outside world cannot get you there. Eventually you wake up very peaceful morning. imra'lyr, you got up before everyone else. You probably tranced your 4 hours and then got up way before anyone else.
Can I find a way up onto the roof?
Good question. Are you trying to get there from outside?
Well, if there's not a window in our room, then, or I guess we're in a detached part of the inn?
No, so it's still attached. So the only entrance to up here was from outside. So there's the tavern down below, and then from the tavern you can look up and you can see balconies kind of surrounding the upper walls, and those balconies lead to rooms. Behind the bar there's like a staircase that goes up on the inside and goes to a couple rooms over there, and then there's a staircase on the outside that leads back in that goes to a balcony on the other side. So it's like north and south. Like the north balcony you access from inside, the south balcony you access from outside of the front of the building.
Okay, so wherever I can get to the highest point without breaking my neck, preferably the roof, but if there's no actual way up there, even if I just do some crazy acrobatic stuff.
You could go and try to explore and see if there's a way up there from like inside if you want to try to
Okay.
snoop around.
I'll snoop. Why not?
Okay. So so right now you're on the balcony. You know that there is there's your room, then there's the 2 rooms in the same balcony hallway, then the staircase that leads outside and back in. There's the balcony across the way, which you can't get to from your balcony. You'd have to go down into the tavern and then back up. And then you know that there's the bar, and you see the tankards or the big wine things behind the bar on the bottom floor. But that's all you see. Where would you want to go? Or do you want to go explore?
I don't know. I might just be like, screw this, and climb up the side of the inn on the outside.
There are windows on your door, but I mean on your room, but I don't think they're barred. They probably have bars on them. So you wouldn't be able to get out of them. So if you want to try to scale the building, you could do that.
From like the balcony and like.
Well, you can also go outside and look around the building.
Okay, I'll go outside and I'm gonna look around to see if I can get to the roof.
Okay, so you
What
go
do
outside.
I see?
So you go outside, and you let me pop some stuff open real quick. You guys like never actually like look for detail stuff, so I have to like push you to do it because there's a whole schematic of everything, and you guys I never get to utilize it.
Theater of the mind is so hard.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
you say all that stuff and I'm like, okay. Can't connect any of that. I can see it as you're describing it, but to connect it, it's like, I don't know.
Well, I guess I could pop open this thing for you, but then like you just see everything, and that's dumb, and I don't want to have to like black things out. So theater of the mind it is. So you go outside and you go around the building. So the building itself actually faces east. So when I said it's north and south for the balconies, I really meant east and west. So you go up to your stairs on the outside go down to the north side of the building. You're on the side of the building. You start to walk west. On the north side of the building to get to the back. And when you do see there's lots of little doors leading into a barn area. So besides that, you continue all the way around the building, and you do see that there is another platform on the south side of the building that leads in to the building somewhere. So you can either get into the building from the south side or go into the barn from one of the doors on the east or the west side.
I go through the barn.
Okay, so you go into the barn and you see that you're in like a stable-like area. You hear the squawking of birds and the plaintive whinny of a horse as you peer inside this stable. The stalls are clean and well maintained. One of them contains a gray mare. A small door is set into the east wall, and a wooden ladder gives access to a loft overhead. Perched on the wooden railing that encloses the loft are dozens of ravens.
Well, hello there. You are in my way.
Are you going to climb the ladder then?
Yes.
Okay. So you
I'm just kind of like.
Let's see. So you climb up. You climb all the way up to the top, and you see that there is like a hatch, like a door to get up there. So you open it up, and you see that this dim light spilling in through a pair of dirt-encrusted windows reveals piles of hay with pitchforks sticking out of them. Ravens rule this roost. You can see hundreds of them all the way around on top of this loft. And then off to one side, down the other side, there is like a small window, and it is not barred. You kind of poke your head out, and you see looking up that the rooftop is right there. It is a tight squeeze, but you can probably get up there. You're a tiny little elf. As long as you're not wearing like your armor and stuff, you should be fine. Okay.
Well, I'm in leather armor, so I don't know why that.
Oh, that's skinny enough, yeah. Okay.
Stuff myself out.
like a
Okay.
noodle.
You pull yourself out. Go ahead and give me a dex, or no, it'd be a strength or athletics check.
Oh no.
I guess I will do athletics or acrobatics if you want to get up there all
I'll be fancy
cool,
about
fancy.
it. Ooh, that was not a bad roll. 22.
Okay, yeah, you kind of hold on. You hold on to the window on the inside, and you kick your legs through and kind of swing up, and you just backflip essentially right up onto the roof.
Yeah, I'm so cool.
So now that
Okay.
you're up there, what are you doing?
Um,
You see a couple more ravens up there.
what is with you guys? Why are you all here? I stand up and I face the way the sun would be rising.
Okay. So you faced, I believe it's to the west. I don't know. I know it's
Is
east
this
I
or
don't-
west.
That's to the west.
Okay.
I mean, is it that way in this world though?
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay,
It's
so
the
yeah,
same.
I just think of Shanghai noon, right in the east.
That's what I think.
West.
See, I think of
That's
that too,
how I
but then I
remember.
always forget which one is which. I just know that Shanghai Noon states that. Okay, so you look to the east and you see that the sun is just barely starting to come up. Remember, it is very foggy and cloudy though, so it's kind of hard to see it.
Right.
But
so
it
I
is
take
there.
I take out the symbol of the Morning Lord that I have,
Okay.
and I don't necessarily pray, but I'm just putting all of my energy into it with just pure intent and purpose.
hmm
And I do that for
Just-
a while.
Just trying to like get a sense of something.
Well, more of like, I guess it would be more of a plea for help,
Mm-hmm.
for guidance.
Give me a religion check with disadvantage because this is a god that is not really there. Like, I mean, not that he's not there, but you know, he's not listening at the moment. These people
Wow,
believe.
Katha don't like this. So I don't have anything in religion, so it's just a 4.
Okay, yeah, you don't really get a sense of anything.
Yeah, she's not expecting to get anything back. She's just trying to like put it out into the universe,
Mm-hmm.
kind of focusing on this one individual god because the light has become really important to her.
Okay. All right. So eventually you finish up, and you.
On my way back down,
Mhm.
can I see any reason why there would be this many ravens around?
Give me a, I guess, perception check or intelligence check. I'll take one of the two.
Wow, all of y'all. Nobody likes me. I gotta switch out my dice. Perception 8.
8. I mean, you remember that there are motifs of ravens everywhere, and there are real ravens everywhere.
I might just. When I go in, I'm gonna find the innkeeper. What's his bucket?
Erwin.
Erwin. Yeah.
Erwin Martikoff. Okay. So eventually you make your way back down out of the loft, and you make your way out of the stable. You see that as you're walking by, the gray mare is kind of whinnying at you as if expecting something.
I go over to her. Do I see any grain or alfalfa or anything?
There's lots of
yummy?
hay everywhere.
I just take a whole big armful of it and hold it up for her.
She brings her head forward and she starts eating
Just
the hay.
Scratch her forehead.
Okay.
Oh, you're beautiful. Okay. Hurry up. Eat a little faster. I grabbed a lot of this stuff and I have to go.
You see that as you're doing that, coming into the stable is Rictavio. And he's like, I see you've taken a liking to my horse.
Yes, she's beautiful.
She is. She is a wonderful horse. I've had her a very long time, and she has served me very well.
She asked for it. I mean,
She asked? Oh,
She-
that's perfectly all right, you know. She deserves it. I tried to bring her an apple if I can every once in a while.
I have any more strawberries left. I don't think I do. I think
You're
spit
so
through them
old and
Spit through them all. That's right.
I just let her eat out of my arms until it's all gone.
Okay. So eventually Rictavio kind of makes his way back outside. I mean, he comes and checks on his horse once in a while, but he's not like, not looking for a conversation or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way back inside. Are you going up to the room or are you going inside?
Nope,
It's
I'm
still-
just gonna sit and wait for everybody to show up. Starting with the innkeep.
Okay. So you go inside and you actually notice that the innkeeper is already down there and he is making breakfast and getting things ready, kind of like opening everything up.
I am brushing my hair, doing 100 brush strokes. Make sure that's nice and untangled and beautiful.
Nice and silky.
Oh yeah, so soft.
Sleeping in as much as they let her.
Yeah.
I'm
Odwin?
I'm
Go ahead.
practicing talking to my chicken, kind of, talk to my calm down. Spit's not going to eat you, I promise. And then I kind of try to talk a bit to my witch's fingers as well, just trying to practice talking to them, become a better druid.
Nice. Okay.
Odwin,
Yes. What can I do for you?
I went into your fine stable just to, stretch my legs, And I noticed, there are plenty of raven motifs. Is that because there are so many ravens in your barn?
Yes, they seem to have taken a liking to my inn. So my family have done what we can to make them comfortable. I don't know if you know this, but in Barovia, one of our superstitions is that you never harm a raven. If you do, then ill fortune may follow you. And also, if you haven't noticed, it's one of the few animals that is not trying to kill you. So we try to keep them around. And we don't worship them, but we make them feel comfortable.
I was just curious if there was any specific reason as to why there would be so many. They were kind of in my way, but I didn't hurt any of them, so I guess I'm glad I did it now that you tell me about your superstition. I don't need any more problems.
Well, yes. No, they're just here.
That's fair. All right. I guess I'm just going to wait for everyone to show up.
Okay. Eventually, people start coming down. You all eventually make your way downstairs. And yeah, it's taking a little while. Irina and Ismark are kind of getting things. They're trying to figure out what to do with the kids while they're gone. Erwin offers to watch them because he's got his two boys and he's like, oh, they can play, no big deal. So eventually you guys are all kind of ready to go. Before you guys leave though, Erwin does mention that, I heard the other day, you guys were, I don't remember where I heard this, but you were thinking about looking for the fisherman, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he comes by super early and gets things from me before he goes off. He's left for the lake. You might be able to catch him before he gets there if you make your way there. Just letting you know.
All right. So how long does he usually stay at the lake?
Oh, all day. It doesn't come back till evening.
All right. So we've already decided to go to the temple. Well, at least we know where to find him. How does everybody else feel about this?
Split the party.
No.
There's a whole
No.
game.
Francisco can
Oh,
totally
never
go by
split.
himself if he wants to split the party. You guys have split the party
Francisco's
before
gonna
and
die.
it's been
Well-
fine.
Wasn't there something about Francisco and I looking for the fisherman today?
That was
while
the
you guys-
original plan, but then you started talking about beating the poor man up.
No, not the
We're
beating
not
him
gonna
up.
actually do
No.
We're
that.
gonna all just stay together. It's
just,
not gonna take
you
too
know,
long.
kidding.
All right, then we're going to have to go to the lake at some point anyway, as much as I dread it. So let's go to the temple, and then we can go find him at the lake. Maybe
Okay.
fight some monsters, because I'm assuming that is what is going to happen, because everybody's like, oh, bad lake, and proving my point. Let's go.
Okay.
DM, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
On our way out, can I see if I notice the ravens at all?
Oh, yeah, you don't even have to make a perception check. There are ravens everywhere. They're on top.
Alright.
Like you see looking around the inn that there are raven like little statues kind of carved in everywhere. You see that even on the front porch of the Blue Water Inn, on the railings, there are like two little raven statues on each side, and you see there are ravens like up above the inn. In fact, as you guys are walking over to the church, you see that ravens are just kind of in the air. They're kind of everywhere.
All right.
Yes, but everywhere.
So you guys start making your way westward towards the church. Eventually, you see that this slouching, centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked, stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps among the graves.
Is there any indication on the outside whether it's to the Morning Lord or the?
You do see metal symbols of the sun. So you would assume it is to the Morning Lord. So you guys
All
look
right.
in your-
Let's go.
So you guys make your way over to the church, and you see that you get closer to it, and you get to the front door, and you try to pull on the handles, and it would appear that they are locked.
Do you think it might be too early? I knock.
Sure.
Okay, you knock. And after a few minutes, you do hear someone coming to the door, and you hear click, clack, click, click, and it opens, and you see this little boy pokes his head out, and he's like,
Yes, sorry, I forgot to unlock the doors this morning. Just give me 1 second.
and he kind of gets them all open and props them open. He's like,
Yes, it's this way.
I give him I ruffle his hair as I walk in.
okay. So you ruffle his hair, and he's just kind of like,
That's for not unlocking the door, making me wait.
I'm sorry, God.
So this little boy, he is dressed in like these cute little robes with like a little tabard on. The tabard has like a depiction of the sun, and you can kind of assume that he's some kind of altar boy. And he leads you inside and eventually takes you to the chapel. And in there, you do see a man who is walking around the whole church, like the inside the chapel, lighting all of the candles with his very long stick that's got like a little wick on the end, so he can light them all. And he's like, the little boy just kind of points over to the man and bows and just kind of. And then, yeah, he's still going around lighting everything. He doesn't notice you.
Well, I'm turning to.
Mark and Irina,
Yeah.
what are you hoping to find out?
Well, we're not sure. Father Donovic back in the village of Barovia was just very kind and offered some great advice. I guess he knows us personally, though, so we're hoping that maybe this father can help us as well. Maybe give us some guidance on what we should do, where we should go. So I guess I'll go introduce myself. You see that Ismark walks over there, and he starts talking to the priest. And you can kind of far away, but you don't really hear much. You hear like things, little things here and there where he's kind of telling their story about what's been going on with them, trying to get an idea of whether this father thinks it's a good idea for them to stay, or if they should keep going. And you kind of hear that this person saying as far away as possible, get away from the devil if he's after you, type of a deal. And you see that Ismark eventually starts walking back over with the father. And you see that this person comes up and he's like, "Hello, my friends. My name is Father Lucian Petrovich. Your friend here, Ismark, was telling me about your adventures, about where you've been and what's been going on with him and his sister. It's very scary. But he has come to the right place. The St. Andrew's Church is a wonderful place to come for guidance from the Morning Lord. I have offered to let them stay and pray or come back this afternoon, or this evening, I mean. I hold prayers and a congregation every night. So if they wanted to be a part of that, if you do as well, you're more than welcome to join us. But thank you for coming to the church. You're not from here. You have been brought here, haven't you?
What made it obvious?
Most of you are not human. If you're... Oh, we lost.
Oh, we lost
Oh
him.
no.
We'll keep going. It is obvious you have been brought here because you are all different. I assume that the devil has brought you here. And I am sorry for that. You see, he looks over at Kinsley and he's like, Are you a follower of the light?
Of sorts. Of the moonlight.
It is all the same light, just provided by our different gods in different ways for people following what they can to do good. So, thank you for that. If you are the follower of the light, would you mind helping me with the problem?
I can certainly try.
Do not let the people of the town know. But at this moment, St. Andrew's Church is not as protected as it should be. I am scared it is no longer hallowed ground. And it is terrifying. There was a conduit here that brought the energies of the light here. The bones of Saint Andrew were buried here and used to protect the church, but now they are gone. I am afraid they have been stolen, and I am afraid something's going to happen. I asked Milijov here. You see, he points over to the little altar boy who's running around trying to get benches cleaned and do different stuff. If he mentioned it to anyone. Originally he did not know as well, but a few days ago I told him about the bones because he was just so scared. He heard some of the congregation coming in fearing because of werewolves and vampires and other things, and I have reassured him that he is safe here because it is hallowed ground. And I told him about the bones a few days later as they were gone. I asked him if he told anyone, and he said yes, but he wouldn't tell me who. I suspect it is Yeska, who is our gravedigger, a young boy as well, that might have taken them, but I don't know. And I've yet to ask him because he's so headstrong and he's so agitated all the time. Would you be able to help me with this?
I can certainly try.
I need those bones back. If not, I have a terrible feeling something will happen.
One question about these bones.
Yes?
This person, whose remains they are, would they be considered an enemy of Strahd?
Maybe nowadays, yeah. I'm sure he wouldn't like what Strahd does, but he did not know Strahd.
All right.
So I need them found. I need them brought back. As quickly as possible.
All right. Can you think of anyone in town that perhaps would have use for bones?
Or anyone who would want to alleviate the protection on these grounds.
I don't know anyone who would want to take their hallowed ground away. The only person I think that would have taken them would have been Yeska.
What purpose would he have with them?
I have no idea. I just know Milizhov does not talk to very many people. The only other people around are me and Yeska. And Yeska is a very, very headstrong boy. He would do anything for his younger siblings. They're alone. They do not have their family anymore. They have their own house away from the church. Milizhov actually lives here with me. He's an orphan as well, but too young to be by himself. But Yeska has a younger brother and a younger sister. He might be doing it to try to protect them. I don't know. I just know that he's probably the only one that Milizhov would have talked to.
I turn towards the little altar boy.
He's on the other side of the room.
Hmm.
He's like running around doing chores and whatnot.
Kinsley,
Yeah.
you maybe perhaps like to join me in having a chat with the boy?
Sure.
You too.
Gravedigger boy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very quickly, would a practitioner of necromancy, would his conjurings not be allowed to take step on hallowed ground?
I do not know about that. I don't know much about necromancy. I know about the light. So I could not answer your question. I am sorry.
Good thought, though.
All right. Little angel boy.
Little
Gravedigger boy.
Not the gravedigger, the one who might have told the gravedigger boy we're going
Yes,
to find out
but
the
I thought-
forger.
I thought you were taking Angel Boy and we were taking Grave Boy.
He
Oh,
wants to split the party.
Yeah.
what does that with you and wanting to split the party?
I thought
I
you
am
told
singing
us to
at
do that.
the party.
I mean,
Come
all
on,
right.
Francisco. Let's
You two go find Yeska and meet us at the inn in 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay. So, Francisco and me, Father Lucian points you outside, and he said you can probably find Yeska somewhere in the on the grounds. He is not just the grave digger; he's also the groundskeeper. So, you guys look around, and eventually you do find a young boy a teenage-looking boy, probably 16 to 18, and he's over on the west side of the church, and he's working on working to cut away some like dead branches and weird things. He's trying to work on a tree, and you guys go up to him.
I make myself extra attractive.
Okay.
Trying to hit his pubescent.
Oh yeah, play on that puberty.
So you guys walk up to him, and he doesn't notice you. He's working on a tree.
Excuse me, young man. I have a question about the grounds here.
You see he turns and he looks, and you see he jumps down, and he's like, what is it you want?
I was just curious about if you keep up this place by yourself. It looks so nice, but I only see you taking care of the grounds here.
Yes, it's only me taking care of everything around here. Everything on the outside of the church is me. This is what I do. I'm the groundskeeper. I don't know why you think it looks nice. I mean, I keep the dead things from coming in, because the dead trees grow for some reason.
I was just wondering because it looks a lot nicer than a lot of the other houses I've seen in town. I mean, apart from the mansion of the Burgomeister, but it looks nice, and it's very impressive what you can do with the environment around you.
Thanks, I guess.
You're a very resourceful young man. We're looking for potential leads on finding out where some missing bones may have gone. Do you know anything about this?
I don't know anything about that.
Are you sure?
Insight check.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Finally,
That's a
something good.
21.
17.
Nice.
21.
You guys know that this guy is full of crap.
All right.
Okay, I lean into him, kind of like I do like the anime wall slam. I kind of on the tree,
To a
kind of
dead
lean
tree.
into him.
Have it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
I know you know more than you're letting on. Why don't you tell me?
Are you trying to be intimidating or not?
I am trying to be seductive, and I'm leaning into him, and like
I will make it worth your while.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Because he's not really into it.
Good cop,
Does
bad
he
cop?
know who he's talking to? Does he not know this is Shakira?
He doesn't know who Shakira is.
Shakira.
Heart of the dice.
It does.
All right.
The first one was a 17, and the second one was a 7.
Oh no.
Man, you only needed a 10 too. He looks up and he's just like, what are you trying to do?
I then minor illusion my face into like a demon face. And now I'm trying to scare him.
Give me an intimidation check.
As Francisco does that, I would like to use druid craft to make it feel like the wind has picked up, and I would also like to try to maybe use it enough to conjure up maybe some of those thorns. I maybe use my cantrip Thorn Whip, which actually summons a Thorn Whip, to make it more intimidating,
Okay, so you can do intimidation check with advantage.
making him look even scarier.
Where are they? I am Batman.
There's just like a sexy
20.
lady and then
20,
evil
yeah.
demons.
30.
You see that this kid's eyes go wide, and you see all of a sudden a spot growing on his pants.
Oh,
When I see the reaction I want, I go back to a beautiful woman.
Okay, I'll tell you. I sold him to the coffin maker, Henrik, in town. He gosh, oh, that was scary. He I casually mentioned to him about the bones, and he offered to pay me for them. He said that if I could get them and bring them to him, he would pay me, and I have to take care of my siblings.
I lean into him, kind of into his ears, and I ask,
What did he want with the bone?
I don't know. He just wanted the bones.
Do you have any idea what those bones mean to this temple?
Look, all I know is that they were the bones of some priest or something. That's all I know.
Those bones protected this land from all sorts of dangers. You wanted to protect your siblings. You just put them in danger.
You see, realization kind of goes across his face, and he looks down, and he's like, screwing up again.
But you can fix this. You want to know how? You can take us to the coffin maker. Help us find them. We can get the bones back, and we can protect your siblings like that.
I can tell you where he lives.
Where does he
Where?
live?
He lives on the other side of town. If you go back on to the main road and follow it east, eventually you'll find if you hit the stockyard, you've gone too far. Actually, wait, let me double check that.
Man, I feel so bad for this kid.
no, that was good.
Mm-hmm. If you hit the stockyard, you've gone too far. It's kind of hidden. You have to follow the road that goes south off the main. It'll go around the stockyard, and you'll find the coffin maker's shop.
And how do I know you're not lying to me?
I don't know. Just don't hurt me.
I think we've done enough damage, Francisco.
All right.
and as I'm leaving, I kind of shove him in the tree, but like I have 5 silver pieces that I have in my hand, and I kind of shove them into his chest.
All right. He looks scared and happy, confused, and flabbergasted. He doesn't know how to feel.
First, you make him pee himself, and then you give him money.
This is a pattern. Whenever I'm Francesca. If you remember the brothers, that's my whole goal with Francesca, is to confuse people.
Can I real quick check to see if my chicken has eggs?
Yeah, it's a new morning, so roll. I guess just roll a d20, and if you roll, what?
Are you carrying the chicken around with you?
I have the chicken
It's
with
his
me at all
pet.
times.
You should get a leash for it.
I'll allow it. I mean, it's funny.
The chicken's gonna die.
Roll above a d10, and if it's above, then it laid
It's
eggs.
a 12.
Okay, so roll a d4 to see how many eggs it laid.
That's a 1.
1 egg. You got
Which
one
is
egg.
fine. I kind of just reach under my chicken. It pops out an egg. I just be like,
He's kind of squeeze it a little.
I take the egg and I just hand it to the boy.
So gross.
Here, let me just. There's an egg.
It's fresh.
He takes it from you. He's just still really confused.
I
and-
slowly walk away.
Chicken underarm.
The chicken's staring at him as I walk away. That's my egg.
All right, guys. Well, it's over 9 o'clock. We are going to go ahead and end our session there.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. Lots of running around. I wish we could
I know,
keep
there's so much to
playing.
do.
There's so much, you guys. The town of Valleki gives you a lot to do. Everyone watching at home, I hope you're enjoying our rendition of the Curse of Strahd, our playthrough. Lots of internal stuff going on in the town of Valleki. Lots of looking for clues and figuring out what's going on. Different stuff this episode. Hopefully next week we'll get to some more in-depth content. We will see. This actually took a totally different turn than I thought it was going to, as my players take me on an adventure every week. So yeah, thank you for watching. Does anyone have any announcements or anything they want to put out there?
No more Arcana Inc. until further notice. I need a break. And we have finished the campaign 2 characters. So I'm just going to relax. When we come back, we will be doing characters from the book we're releasing. So.
Awesome. Yeah. So Laura and I will be doing Arcana Inks for that. Because she's going to be writing the book and doing all that stuff, and I'm going to be doing the recording and turning it into an audiobook and all that stuff. So we'll be talking about all of that in the future. Also, Laura, are you going to be revealing your person next week at least, or popping them up on social media?
That depends on whether I finish it on time. Because we don't have an Arcana Inc., I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway. I'm going to try and get it done before the weekend, next weekend. So it may not be revealed on Wednesday, but maybe we'll reveal it on our next session.
Yeah, we can totally do that. We can reveal it here.
So cool.
Yeah. Anything else from anyone else? No?
I should be. This week is weird. I'm trying to move my setup, so we'll see if we get to that. But possible Twitch stream for Nana Blair. We'll do like Tuesday through Thursday around 6 p.m., 6:30, and then weekend no stream. I will be hopefully moving my crap.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate everything. If you want to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, just search for Lakeside Legendz. We also have lakesidelegends.com, where we do post all of our content, all of the art from Arcana Inc., all of the videos. I don't believe we have our recaps on there, or highlights. Those are either going to be on Facebook or on YouTube. So if you just want highlights of our cast's favorite clips from the videos of the week, you can go and check those out. Any likes and subscribes you give us really help. Still looking for more followers on Twitch, and we are twitch.tv/Lakeside Legendz, as those of you who are watching us right now on the live stream know. For now, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time down by the lakeside. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.